Okay, there we go. There we go. We are officially alive. So, welcome everybody to a brand new amazing stream.
There it is.
We are so back that the YouTube literally just like prevented me from hitting the go live button.
They're trying to stop this banger stream, bro.
I know. Yeah, they are. They really are. But welcome. This is not going to have like an overarching theme at all. I just have like the worst videos ever, and I want to show you most of them are video essays, believe it or not. I am joined here by Kite and Chaz. And
bro, where's my 30-hour gaming retrospective video?
we would all be withering away at that rate.
Bro, where's my video telling me how this one character represents, all of the LGBT crowd, right?
We will get to that. We will get to that.
Oh, thank you.
We are celebrating the T-Man's birthday. So go to the Dragon's Treasure.
Happy birthday, but it's a copyrighted song.
It is a copyright song. But go to thedragonstreasure.com/manic and use code manic for 10% off your anime branded tea, coffee, and soap. It's his birthday. We got to do it. It's like a birthday present, giving him more work to do.
Bro,
so it's not really a present. It's just like
my
commerce.
Birthday present to him is using his soap to lather, rinse, and repeat. It's like I play Smash Bros, but I make sure I'm not one of those Smash players, right?
No, not one of those.
Imagine I go to my local and then I'm shilling the T-Man. I'm like, hey man, you play I can tell you play Smash, just from the smell. Maybe you should consider buying some of this dragon.
This tea.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the stream right now, and
so we're I think we want to like progressively make it worse, right? So this one is kind of non-offensive, right? This is called Dear Saga, a song. Okay, I like how the least bad one we have, it already has to do with Sonic the Hedgehog, so
I hope Chris Chan's not involved. Well, the redesign has the status medallion.
the medallion.
And look at that like to dislike ratio.
Yeah, and no, the funniest part is this is a re-upload. So the original video is like deleted or unlisted. So
even the re-upload, like the guy saying like this is not my shit. Yeah, this is not my take.
Yeah, like blatantly, not my video.
Not my president.
Yeah, so
hashtag not my Sonic.
Are you ready?
Didn't Christian pepper spray like a GameStop employee because of a Sonic Boom?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, but yes, I am ready. My body is ready, as Reggie would say.
Yeah, this will be like the least bad one of the ones we cover so far. I mean, there is like an unironically good video I do want to show you and the stream.
Bro, same.
But like yeah, Chaz has a surprise for me. He has a surprise video.
I've got my own video.
Okay. Okay, this is okay.
I believe if you're going to criticize the creative content of others, bring a creative solution to the table with you.
Already the most pretentious thing ever.
Sonic's gameplay. I do not claim to be an authority on game design. I only mean to present creative ideas to—
Nah, screw that. If you're gonna make a video like this, just like go gung-ho and say, I am an authority on this. I'm a gamer. Right?
Yeah,
I know what's good and bad.
I cannot stand when like YouTubers will always say like, "Oh, I'm not a game developer." Like, so to undercut their own authority, right? Is like
I have said that as well in my Dustborn video, but it's also like at this point I do have the mentality of, you know what? I know what I'm talking about. Like the Sparking Zero fans really had to make me double down on my takes of like, I'm not a game developer. I don't give a shit. I know what's good and bad. I don't care anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you can't create. You can know when a pilot or a plane is about to crash.
Oh damn! It's right? A 90-degree nose drop. Oh, but I'm not a pilot. I can't say what's going wrong.
Exactly. All right, are you ready for this redesign? I don't think you are.
I'm not. I'm scared.
My name's Javid. I work as an animator for a creative studio in Sydney, Australia. I'm also
of course it's Australia.
In this video, I'll be presenting my case for redesign for one of your most enigmatic franchises, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Man, dude, this is...
Okay, wait. Is he redesigning just the character or like the gameplay as a whole? It's a 2D platformer or a 3D platformer. How do you redesign that in like a 14-minute video? I assume he's just talking about the literal character design. And let's be honest, Sonic's design is perfectly fine. It's got it does the perfect amount with what it does. Sonic the Hedgehog was made as a design first and foremost, so
yeah. I mean, classic Sonic especially. Like the only reason people want redesigns nowadays is because of how stiffly animated Sonic is in the newer games.
Like, it's not the design's fault. It's what they do with the design that's like the issue.
Just like his head is so big that you can never move your arms anywhere.
Yep.
And okay, and by the way, everybody, if any of these videos are too much for you, $50 to skip. All right, and this is cumulative. So multiple of you, say like 5 of you pitch in $10 to skip. Then we'll just skip the video outright if it's too much.
People donate $1.
True. Yeah, true.
It's no secret.
Why is this like so hyped up? I don't get it.
You don't have to look far to find an opinion or article from right.
Like Sonic's design is like the only consistently good thing about the franchise.
Exactly.
I haven't seen creative suggestions on how to remedy what seem to be holes in the vision for Sonic. And this is
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Data and present a creative solution for a redirecting, if you will, of your mascot.
This just screams like I'm trying too hard.
Bro went to art school.
Dude, Manic, I hope he tells me about the history of Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh yeah, we're going into sales. Thank God. Instead of just telling like, here's my new redesign and all the things behind. Is he gonna take like 3 minutes to actually show what he's talking about?
Yeah, actually, that's I don't know. This is quite an interesting chart actually, and also, yeah, you see how Sonic Boom is the most recent game.
Oh, this is old.
Yeah. This is like what, 2017, because that's when Forces came out.
Someone in chat wants to know what game you would recommend. Sonic 06. That's like the best place to start.
I mean, okay, I would. Yeah, Sonic 06 only sold 2 million. That's the same amount as Sonic Advance.
I mean, I would say Sonic Adventure 2 on Steam. Like it's relatively cheap. It's on Steam, so if you play on PC, it's very easy to get.
I would just say like the Sonic Origins collection, frankly. That's a good
Sonic Mania.
Yeah, Sonic Mania too.
But,
Sonic Heroes is good, but that's not really on anything modern.
I mean, Sonic Unleashed just got, put onto the PC, and you can download the Transfin mod for it as well.
Yeah, we might need to pull that one up after this.
Bro, I hope the redesign has, like, breast reduction scars. Wouldn't that, like, peak?
Oh, this already sounds horrible. I say Sonic 2 would be a good starting point. Sonic Generations arguable because that's literally like a nostalgia fest game, but still like it has like really good remakes of like a good sample of all the levels from each game.
Might as well just watch the Sonic X anime. Just the 4Kids dub.
Oh yeah, we're overcomplicating the question.
No, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, Manic. You can never get too complicated.
Yeah, you know what? Might as well just start off with Sonic Frontiers. Why not?
In terms of units sold, coming in at 6 million. Sonic Boom being your lowest at 400,000.
Maybe because it was a Wii U exclusive.
Right.
Without any surprise, Mario's first game, which came out.
This is crazy. This is crazy comparison. Like Mario dwarfs Sonic.
And people bitched at me saying, like, what's with this comparison? Mario 64 isn't as good as Adventure 1. And it's like, sales chart. The chart doesn't lie.
Mario 64 is absolutely better than Adventure 1. In fact, I'd say Mario 64 is better than, like, Mario Odyssey.
I mean, the thing about Mario 64 is it had to be good.
Yeah.
If it failed, if it was one of the launch titles, right? If it was a bad game, no one would buy the new console, and then they would have gone, bankrupt or something.
Yeah.
But that's I'm like,
yeah, you know how despite like PlayStation, like obviously dwarfing the N64 in sales, Mario 64 is still the highest selling game in that whole generation.
I mean, Damn good game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like because like Crash, Spyro, Sonic Adventure, they all got sequels. Croc got Banjo Kazooie got a sequel. I don't know. It's just like we never got another N64 Mario.
Yeah, we never
64
got a
sequel.
Bubsy 3D 2, sadly.
Yeah, that's the biggest tragedy of all.
Spot number 4 in the list of best-selling video games of all time at 40 million. His sales fluctuate quite a lot as well, which is completely normal. Now, there are a few factors here that aren't accounted for, such as...
Okay. For a compare... Okay, Super Mario Land 3, which I'm pretty sure is just like a Wario Land game. That did better than Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay, well, to be fair, Sonic 3 was split up into two halves. You have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles, then you put them together and you get Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Knuckles. And it's just... So maybe it's not taking into account...
Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 are separated, but I'm pretty sure Super Mario Land 3 still, even with both of them combined, is...
I mean, wasn't that on the Game Boy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like, comparing Game Boy games to full-on console games isn't really that fair for this generation because, you know, the novelty of the Game Boy is what really sold it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just... I mean... just continue, sorry.
Console sales data at the time of the game's release. This does make this data a bit unreliable, but I've put this here so we can start to get an idea of where...
Okay, can we just skip all this?
Yes!
Let's go to the idea.
It took him 3 minutes to finally get to it.
Yeah, it's just like it's literally just... I mean, he's comparing data, but like, when do you want to redesign it? No.
I get what he's trying to do, but it's too much. It's too long.
Okay, let's see. Are you ready for this redesign?
Yes.
What I believe are the problems we're fixing. So let's bring in Sonic.
Oh! No! Just...
First thing to notice is the art.
This does not look good. It doesn't. It's not even like, oh, I'm a diehard Sonic fan, they made his arms blue. This design just does not look good.
They turned him into like indie slop.
This is gore of my favorite comfort character, Manic. Look at how they massacred my boy.
I think they're he's about to go into the gameplay.
We're steering away from the 3D models you've been using for the last 17 years and bringing in a more organic aesthetic through paint and water brush. Colors remain relatively the same.
Indie slop.
Sonic's lean and a bit more animal, as opposed to full of attitude-heavy design. He has a backpack symbolizing adventure.
Less attitude.
He's wide-eyed and vulnerable.
No socks. They took off his socks.
Wide-eyed and vulnerable, Manic. There's an R word I wish I could use, but you know we're streaming. He's wide-eyed and R word. But
so, while I think the overall spirit and feel for Sonic is there,
no, it's not. It absolutely is not.
Designed to appeal.
He looks less expressive, frankly.
That's one of Sonic's biggest things. It's just how expressive he is. Right?
Yeah.
You can make fun of and criticize the big one eye, his big old hands, but the point of those big things on his face and body, those are supposed to be how he expresses himself. With his one big eye and all that stuff, you can really manipulate how it looks to to make his emotions look a bit more over the top. And that's good for a cartoony character. You want their expressions to be over the top. Like you said, this just looks like indie slop. Like, oh, it's a minimalist art style, and he's wide-eyed and vulnerable. It's why? Why did you think Sonic the Hedgehog needed to be wide-eyed and vulnerable? Now, to be fair, once again, the latest game you could talk about was Sonic Boom. So, obviously, we're a bit past that. You know, we've had Sonic Frontiers and all that good stuff. Shadow Generations came out. So, we know that the franchise isn't just dead. They didn't need to do a redesign, right?
I mean, like, they already did redesign him in Sonic Boom.
Yeah,
and then went right back.
They went right back. It's just... And, like, what's with his hands? Does he actually have hands? They're just stubs.
In the wrong demographic.
Yeah, I think he's grabbing onto the backpack. I think that's what that's doing.
I mean, so the fact that I have to ask what is he doing in his idle run animation, like that's a problem. Like with the original Sonic design, we never ask what's he doing because we can just tell he has his arms at his side and he's running. You know?
Yeah.
It's just not good.
One was released in '91, and this.
Okay, we're just going to the history. It was literally a history lesson.
History lesson on okay,
we're not doing this. We're not doing this history lesson.
This newfound knowledge.
Your demographic bracket is 18 to 30-year-olds.
Is here in the 18 to 30-year-old bracket.
So when was this? Let's say 2017. So 8 years ago. You think that'd be a? So I don't know. Like add like I don't know to 40. Say 18 to 40 at this point. Frankly.
I mean, like we can't really use age range demographics anymore.
And this isn't done
because, like, you know, 13-year-olds will play M-rated games like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The whole idea of like the age range doesn't really stand up anymore.
Well, thing is, right? Why, like, you want to market to an age demographic if you really want to market to teenagers, you want to market to a demographic above them, because like middle schoolers, they want to emulate the high schoolers because the high schoolers are cool. So therefore, if you want middle schoolers, you want to target high schoolers instead of middle schoolers. So it's cooler, right? That's why like say the Wii U marketing stunts failed.
Yeah. It's just
strong, compelling gameplay.
Oh, what's this strong, compelling gameplay question?
Oh, it better be like a roguelike.
All voice acting. So any character development will be movement and animation.
There's no voice acting.
I mean, whatever.
Wait, did you see his art, like his fingers splay out?
I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, like there was voice acting in Sonic CD.
And animation.
Like
this looks like legally distinct. Yeah, someone in chat says this. This looks like legally distinct. You can't sue a Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And like,
what is his
okay, so Manic. Like, let me take you on a little history lesson. When Walt Disney was making Mickey Mouse, it's a common practice way back when to give cartoony animals white gloves, like Bugs Bunny, because you know it's a very human thing to put on gloves and take them off. So it immediately makes this cartoony animal look a bit more human. Sonic the Hedgehog having these big white gloves, that's important to like his design. So he looks cartoony, but not too cartoony, if that makes sense. So this Sonic just having weird fucking furry fingers. Yeah, why is he wearing shoes then? Why is he wearing shoes, you know, as well? Just have him be barefoot at this point. It's just, it really does look like his design is missing something. And those big white gloves, you know, like honestly, can you imagine Sonic without those white gloves? Not even just like alongside his red shoes is the point I'm trying to make. It's that it's important to his design, and just taking that away, it just doesn't work. I just hate it. I hate this so much.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think we ever want to go down a road where we have a barefoot Sonic design. I don't think we want to go down that road.
Sonic is fast, and in the past we've seen him embrace this ability with Too Cool for School persona, and this was totally relevant in '91. Now, not so much. We need a character we can grow with. So Sonic's idle stance is a little cautious.
Oh my!
He's a little.
Why do we need?
Dude, they gave Sonic anxiety.
Why? This literally.
Not
every single game. Just.
Yeah, see, every game has to be about like an internal struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Nobody can be confident anymore.
It can't just be. If they are confident, they have to be like the Reddit Marvel, like Dante in that new Devil May Cry. You have to be confident, but like self-aware about how confident and dumb you are looking, right?
Yeah.
You can't just let. Why the hell does Sonic need to have anxiety? Why the hell do we need to grow with Sonic? I just want to play a game. I just want to gotta go fast. I just want to. You're too slow.
Yep.
He's vulnerable, and this means we are on the journey with him. When Sonic runs, he keeps that cautiousness. Now, here is where I want to.
Hold up. So I think he's missing something big. And I intentionally use the word big. So Sonic, what all these things that he's saying about like vulnerability, growing with these characters, Sonic's friends is where they get that. Like Tails in Sonic Adventure 1, although the voice acting is dog shit, Tails does go through an arc of like, oh, I'm constantly relying on Sonic, and then he's the only one left to stop Eggman destroy the city, right? So we get to grow and see Tails get better, right?
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't need that. But the whole point of Sonic in like the recent like 3D games is how Sonic affects everyone around him.
Yeah, like and he's a static character.
That's important. Like it's good that Sonic is a static character where he's always doing all like where he's just fine. Like he doesn't need this stuff. And I'm sorry, I don't want to criticize this guy's writing and shit, but I highly doubt that this guy can make a game with a story compelling enough to really utilize Sonic going through some anxiety stuff. Like, you played Sonic Frontiers, right? And all of Sonic's friends are stuck in the metaverse, right? And Sonic is going through, you know, it's like Sonic's not super confident, right? At points. But do you think that worked in the game because, you know, his friends are actually almost about to die? You know? But I highly doubt that this guy's story would make it so that, I'm just really going to take any point this guy says and try to, like, crap on it as much as possible. I'm 100% bad faith right now, Manic. I'm not even going to pretend.
This is, I don't know. I feel like if this design was real, then the entire Sonic community would be turned into Chris Chan overnight.
Oh, 100%.
Be like pepper spraying people in GameStop over this design.
Dude, if anything at this point, I want Sega to just use this design 100%. Just one game, they just put this design. They don't try to do any fanfare of like, we super re-engineered, redesigned his, you know, look and aesthetic. They make no fanfare about it. They just upload Sonic the Hedgehog 5 to Steam, and it's just this. I want that so bad.
The dude turning. That'd be hilarious.
Sonic jumps. He doesn't become a ball straight away like the original games. A second action like the X button triggers a charge attack. Here he is powerful against enemies.
Oh, the homing attack.
Down and pushes Sonic into the ground. Let's call this the body slam.
Oh man, a ground pound.
Whoa.
Oh, a dash. Never seen that one before.
Bro,
Never seen that one before.
Is this just gonna be like Cuphead?
The player is required to use.
Oh yeah, he can't be too powerful.
The spirit of Sonic is that keep moving approach.
I'm gonna be real. Like this, I don't know. This in concept isn't horrible.
It's not, but this dude is such a pretentious douche about it. Like, oh, I'm so smart. Sega never thought about any of this. Manic. in Sonic Colors, you get like 6 wisps that all do a new thing. No, okay, wait, what? Sonic Generations. Don't you actually just have a ground pound? Like,
yeah.
Do that. They already do that. And he's acting like, oh, I've redesigned it from the ground up. It's so impactful.
Yeah, I mean, I get he's talking about specifically like the 2D games. And to be fair, I haven't played the Sonic Rush game, so I'm not sure if any of this is implemented in there. But Rush just seems to be like more of a 2D boost formula.
I'm sorry if I'm screaming. All I'm saying is like, I don't like Sonic. I don't like Sonic fans. I don't like how Sonic fans think that Sonic games are a gift from Jesus Christ himself. But even I will defend like Sonic from this slop. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, Manic.
Yeah,
Sonic deserves better than this.
It's moved around a lot, pun intended. The way speed was translated from...
This is what we're doing on International Women's Day, by the way.
Based.
Your fan base had to learn a different Sonic language. And in the mid-90s, when we were being introduced to graphics, I think most of your fan base were open to that. Personally, I think it's important to evolve, especially in the fast-growing world of game design. So I totally respect you for your courage to experiment with Sonic's design. However, without needing to elaborate on the subject that some of your experiments were horribly unpolished, you have a platform where Sonic's speed can thrive in a
I like how the framing of this video is like talking directly to Sega. Like, oh, some of your experiments fell flat, obviously.
That's why they like rolled it back.
There's a whole chapter on the backpack. I wonder,
God.
I wonder how good this could be.
Oh, please tell me he has a skill tree.
The most popular gaming genre across all ages is surprisingly puzzle games, with first-person shooters and action games close behind.
Okay, how much is that is based off like middle-aged women playing Candy Crush?
Yeah, I mean, puzzle definitely. That would
puzzle. Do you realize how much that covers?
I mean,
that covers iPhone slop games. That covers like super in-depth like Tetris. Tetris is a fucking puzzle game.
I don't know, like thing is with puzzle games.
Puyo Puyo is Dr. Eggman's Mean Bean Machine is a fucking puzzle game.
It covers that. It covers like a Candy Crush, and it also covers Portal. So that's a very like, wide genre to be done. And also like I don't know. I don't think we see a key for like the colors, but I don't know if it's by like say this is counting numbers since the 90s. Yeah, obviously Tetris got a lot.
No,
but
I really do.
Role playing, I bet you most of this role playing genre is carried by like Skyrim and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Sport. I'm surprised sports isn't bigger, frankly.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, but I guess you can't be a platform anymore.
It's popular. I think you know this, which is why you've tried to blend genres by bringing in slower puzzle-based sections in your latest game. I say puzzle here very hesitantly. The definition of a puzzle is a problem designed to test ingenuity or knowledge.
Just get to the fucking backpack, dude.
How those pieces fit together that generates the problem. And there's a great feeling that comes when the solution finally clicks in the mind of the player. This is compelling gameplay.
It's funny because like with hindsight, Braid, which was the game that was just shown, it was like remastered I think last year and it flopped.
In Sonic Boom, however, ingenuity and knowledge aren't being tested. Without spending too long on this, pushing buttons in a linear progression to proceed is not considered a puzzle, or even interesting gameplay. The button is there, and we press it. There's no need for this to exist, and it comes across as a cheap way to create an ebb and flow in momentum.
Okay, get to the point.
Which I believe solves our ring problem.
Get to the point, please.
Remember those amazing power-ups you had in your highest ranking game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles? I want to bring them.
Those were cool power-ups.
Also connect the collection of rings with them in
Yeah.
a currency sort of fashion. If you press the Y button, Sonic opens his backpack and you see the 4 power-up boxes. 50 rings essentially buys you one of these power-ups and you bring it out into the world.
Okay, like this isn't inherently a bad idea. Having like limited access to all of these power-ups whenever you can, but you only get so many of them. It's not bad, but the dude's just such a pretentious asshole about it.
You could find a secret area with a road of spikes. The only way over them is you bring out an invincibility box. And
Yeah, I like how it hit in his concept. Yeah, like the you have to just like bring up this menu.
the only way over them.
Right? And I don't know, like in concept, right? Like, is he just like paying to like take it out of his backpack? Like, what's going on here? And
I mean,
not
that's
to
when
mention,
you
it just
pull out
drops.
Yeah, it's,
Like the power up doesn't even apply; it just drops, and you have to still like get on it.
I just.
Okay, this is Are we
I'm
good
just-
to call? Well, let's just target audience now adults. 2 dimensions.
Remove all voice acting, and we shift Sonic's appearance to feel more
Vulnerable.
Froggy!
Well, I don't understand the vulnerable design. I don't understand.
and we've introduced
The grapeable design.
backpack and power-ups, which opens up huge gameplay possibilities and replay value.
Replay
just-
value, really.
From a place of love for
The whole. I'm sorry. Just. Is he trying to like sell that as like, oh, this is my new game and my new idea? That's all Sonic games are. The whole point of Sonic games is you play the same level 30 fucking times in a row until you can speedrun it in like 30 seconds. That's every Sonic game ever. Is he acting like, oh, I just thought of this new idea. I'm so fucking smart.
This is so pretentious. I can't.
No wonder he deleted this.
He did. And dude, the re-upload has like 150,000 views in 6 years just clowning on it. That's how bad this is. So Yeah, yeah, this is a horrible design. You would not make it to a Sonic movie with this design. You would get to like a Disney show at most.
The original Sonic movie design is better than this.
Ooh.
Because at least that has some of like Sonic's design still there. Just bastardized, of course. This okay. Do you know of a show called Nathan for You by any chance?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, well, my point wouldn't really land then. But someone else in chat, they said this. This looks like dollar store. Legally can't sue us. This is our knockoff Sonic, and it's just not good. Sonic's design, when it works, it really works. It doesn't need to be changed. It's just
yeah. All right, are you ready for a much better video?
I need some Reddit cringe, man. Can you hook a brother up?
Reddit cringe. Okay, I got you.
I just had like a crush on you, and I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me.
Oh no.
I have a boyfriend.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh.
Was he trying to go for a high five right there?
He was trying to go for a dab me up, bro.
Dab me up.
Oh, that was a good one.
He's taking himself out that night.
And your name? Single and available? Single and available? Single and available?
That's me. That's me. I'm single and available. I'm single and available.
No one cares. Put the fries in the bag.
I've never seen a woman this down bad.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Okay, she was clearly going after the one guy, but then got attention from the wrong guy.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Damn.
It was like, and I like how he's like, "You're fine just the way you are." It's okay.
And then that's what. No, she wanted that other guy to just yell at her, "Shut up!" Like that's what she really wanted. She wanted that other guy to put her in her place.
I'm single and available though.
Keeps pointing the phone at this one guy.
Meet Larry, who just airdropped a whole
Hi,
flight
Larry.
of his pee-pee. Thankfully, I accepted it, saw who was sending it, and immediately started speaking up. Stay tuned for the police escort.
Oh,
The
no.
old dude.
Oh no.
That whole situation must be really awkward.
Harassment. It is failing.
Oh my.
It is assault.
It's assault.
It's a soul. I don't think we should
No.
go. I don't think we should go for. Okay, we're gonna watch Will Stancil, the most hated man in politics. Are you familiar with a Will Stancil?
I don't think I am.
Put a 1 in chat if you are familiar with the Will Stancil.
Please hit like on the video as it helps the channel and the algorithm. If you want to support
It's playing the
Jewish?
Kirby
It's Jewish.
air ride music, dude.
Cash App or donate at $Shamu411. Also, channel memberships and super chats are enabled. Thank you. Today,
True. Channel memberships and super chats are enabled here too, by the way. Please give me.
If this is the Will Stancil guy, I don't know if it is, but
Yeah,
if it is,
that is him. That is the Will Stancil.
he has a very punchable face already. I just
great day because we're finally going to be the ones to regale the tale of Will Stancil. Stancil is your stereotypical Spurg Twitter poster where he will spend days
Minnesota
arguing with just about everyone in the most pompous and hysterical of ways. Stancil, who ran for office in Minnesota's District 61A, is a staunch Bidenomics defender and
more like 69B.
year of both the left and the right spectrums of the political online.
Wait, hold up. This came out a month ago. Premiered January 27th. Okay. So this is relatively up to date.
Troll and argue with him. Will Stancil, while running for office in Minnesota, would dox people, make calls of violence towards elected officials, also
Whoa.
run his political opponent off of the internet using his involuntary rabid Stancil fan.
Wait, hold up. What was a screenshot for doxing?
Office in Minnesota would dox people.
Does anyone know the identity of this person? This fake tweet they create now gets retweeted as many times a day as has been the basis of many death threats. Okay,
I know that guy. I know that guy. He tweeted about Adachi today. He tweeted like he just like me for real with the photo of Adachi.
Okay, Lost Bullets for Canadian $5 says, I am saving my money for when Manic shows a video of his mom, Brianna Wu, so we can skip it. Okay.
People make calls of violence towards elected officials, and also run his political opponent off of the internet using his involuntary rabid Stancil fan base.
I have pre-watched this before. I just want to show Chaz and you all this because it's funny.
Research fellow centering around civil rights policy and housing and education. He's been published by The Atlantic 8 different times.
The guy's every photo he's in, every video frame, he just looks like such a douche.
He has like the least amount of charisma ever.
In housing and education.
Wait, let's read some of his article titles. What Dante Rice killing foretells for the suburbs in 2021. The white suburbs that fought busing aren't so white anymore.
8 different times.
Ignorance was bliss for the children of the college admissions scandal.
And has appeared as an expert for Mother Jones and NBC News. On the internet, though, Will is widely known as a pariah from both the far right and left of the political spectrum.
It's someone who's in theory educated, but who just seems to have some sort of brain injury, like preventing them from understanding other people's arguments. Some of Stancil's tweets go so far over the edge that I really believe that if a right-winger tweeted them, progressives would at least consider them like creepy or borderline threatening. And he's a complete freak.
His political positions are hated by both the right and the left. The far left also hates Will Stancil because
I have no idea what's going on with this background footage right now.
He says the economy's great and everyone's doing great. Look at the charts. And meanwhile, everyone's like, no, we're struggling. We're barely getting by. Housing is not affordable. Healthcare sucks. I mean, and then he's like, no, look at this chart. People love their healthcare. And he'll just like,
yeah,
I love China.
That do not reflect.
If you want to know how like worthless of a measure GDP is, just know that the county, or like I think maybe state, technically, it's not actually really, or the city with the highest GDP is Washington D.C., and it's not even close.
What the majority of people feel in this country.
There's so much manufacturing for DC.
Regularly fighting with leftists on Twitter over his exuberant filleting of Joe Biden on his Twitter and Substack. One post specifically written to Biden.
Oh hell yeah, the Wii shot music.
An astonishingly large portion of your agenda under difficult conditions. You have written your name down in history as one of the most successful domestic policy presidents of all time. Against all odds,
This is the funniest thing ever. It's the same pretentiousness as like the Dear Saga video for the Sonic redesign, but like, you know, like addressing your letter, like your Substack thing straight to Joe Biden.
Joe Biden 100%, bro. Dude, Joe Biden, he just got home, right? He's about to go to bed. He's super tired. He's super sad. And he opens his phone and sees a notification. You know what? You know who it's from, Manic?
Will Stancil.
Will Stancil, man. And you know what? That perked Joe Biden right up. He managed to get a good night's sleep. And the first thing he did that morning when he woke up the next day, go on vacation. Because you know what? He earned it. I'm sure Will Stancil would tell him it's okay.
Office with large majorities you never had.
His shameless ball washing of Biden and takes on how the U.S. economy was in
ball washing.
Homelessness rose 18%, and a record number of citizens unable to pay rent hit a record highs. Would create a deluge of people on the left just totally shitting.
Oh, but that's clearly white supremacy's fault.
Chestnut dressed up in an 80-year-old sweater that regurgitates talking points he saw on Reddit once without actually understanding what they mean or the concepts behind them. Will Stancil is such a brazen, duplicitous wretch. I'd say Will Stancil is less of a centrist, more of an idiot. Stancil
blue page, like, okay, that's like a Simpsons profile picture, and this one like the Captain America shield, blue paint, and has the blue wave like emoji.
Stancil is less of a centrist and more of an
this is such dead internet theory, bro.
The amount of hate he was getting from the left in tweets with.
You can go review any of the 2,000 pylons from the last couple of months, and it's hundreds of lefties acting like antisocial, abusive jerks, using violent language, threatening me, issuing personal insults, and me saying I disagree over and over.
I like how in this image there's like a JBL speaker just right there, just like
God bless that rap, bro.
You guys.
You're looking for someone
down with the cause.
In many ways,
exactly.
Defining feature of all bad.
Rage Against the Machine.
Am I allowed allowed to abuse, and you think it's me because your equally bad and insecure friends have all decided it's me?
Lol.
Yeah, we did. Deal with it.
Come on, you can't be this soft.
Your psyche would shatter if you were exposed to, quite literally, 1/100th of the abuse I receive every 6 hours.
The great disdain for Will, though, didn't just stop at Twitter, as a user would upload a receipt for a hot dog he had purchased just to note that he was eating alone. I suppose to note that also the public cannot stand Will Stancil.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Stancil would also attempt to convince people that the public's worries about Biden's age and possible senility was a product of the media pushing a narrative.
Oh, that didn't age well. That didn't age well.
Got him.
Childcare, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID.
Bruh, these effects, dude.
Dude, do you hear him say skibbity?
I did.
I skibbity with.
Everything we have to do with look, if we finally beat Medicare.
What Will wasn't expecting, though, was for
we finally beat Medicare
4 years ago.
Okay, a amazing thing I'm learning is that in private, many people.
This is March 2020. This tweet is from March of 2020.
People in politics will freely talk about how Biden isn't all there anymore, but many don't care because they want to beat Bernie, intentionally trying to nominate a candidate approaching senility, Democratic elites and media elites abdicating their duties to the public to foist an incapable and unfit candidate on the country.
The online left's hate.
So he completely just switched up over like 3 to 4 years. Like once
Joe Biden's senile 5 years later. He's not senile. Oh, wow.
Exactly.
For Stancil,
dude, no way.
Extent, people began to commission diss raps about him.
Meet Mr. Will Stancil, the finest tweet writer. Dork boy Willie, the Biden meat rider. Always on the web like you find many spiders. Old man fetish he desires to tweet every minute just so he could feel important. But everything that comes up out his mouth, horseshit. He hugs Biden's nuts real tight and it's nuts how he got lots of opinions.
It's ass.
Suck, little cuck man, genocide Joe's.
wait, hold on. Wait, I'm kind of over Gen Z, not gonna lie. Gen Z influencers who support Biden 2020 turn against him by Taylor Lorenz.
Crazy.
I like how the way this is framed. It's the Gaza war, the lack of progress on climate change, and potential TikTok ban. Is like, yeah, that's the reason.
Looks like Elon Musk is his real dad, and Michael Cera is his real mom. Big facts, just a super bad pundit, but he thinks he's Superman. Cringe-worthy Willie, he's a wannabe celeb. Hawk to what he says when he's
fucking Hawk to. They actually reference Hawk to in this.
Crazy. Look at him trying to say that everything is fine, even when you're fucking milk.
Okay, can we skip? How much long this?
Yeah,
so he can feel like he the man.
So that's the worst thing ever.
When he gets attacked by leftists, he doesn't move right. He just antagonizes centrists and right wingers until they come for him too.
In January 2024, Stancil would begin another feud.
That's a good way to go. But if you're getting attacked by one side, make sure you antagonize the other side, and even the centrists too.
You know what, Manic? I think the left and right can come together for the first time in like decades to clown on Will Stancil. Imagine unifying two very different sides of the same coin just so that they can roast you. Like that is impressive. How do you do it?
Also, I can't even tell if this image is like an edit or not. Like, is he actually wearing the Cookie Monster?
No, you can see his hair.
Yeah, like the hair and the shirt is what got me. Yeah.
However, this time with far-right political commentator Steve Saylor.
It all ties together because when the establishment, as they did after George Floyd's death, said, "Okay, here's the biggest problem in America, even bigger than COVID for the moment, is we impose too much law."
I'm watching this purely for entertainment purposes. YouTube.
On order on.
We love George.
Yeah. I personally rebuilt him. That's where I was the past year.
We'll be in the donut shop. And the number of shootings, the number of homicides through the roof.
You're fine-tuning the AI.
And you have the numbers, right?
It was painstaking. Okay, I was in the droid project.
Can we see him?
The Center for Disease Control.
The droid file.
Data weekly on all the deaths in the United States. You can ask for any one particular thing.
Yeah, but who killed them?
Death. All right. The red line is
yeah, dude, that went up like
Americans who died by homicide.
That went up way like that.
It's bouncing around. It has some seasonality. George.
It's like okay, so the red line is black homicide deaths, and the blue is black road deaths, which I'm assuming is like car accidents.
Floyd dies, and suddenly, boom! It goes to the.
It went way up.
Stancil would begin criticizing.
So George Floyd died, and so a bunch of other black people just decided to drive their car 80 miles an hour into a concrete wall. Is that how it worked? they just like heard it on the radio and like, no! They just like hard to, like going 100 miles on the freeway, they just floor it. It's like it's crazy.
DEI hiring practices in aviation.
How has plane crashes are the fault of black people become a right-wing article of faith, especially during a 15-year stretch of zero commercial crashes by U.S. airlines?
Steve Saylor would respond by saying that the New York Times were running a big series of articles on the growing incompetence of air traffic control, leading to a surge of near misses, and that Obama had lowered standards in ATC to hire more black people.
The way these guys think is that they find something bad in the world and then they figure out a way to blame it on black people. It's actually insane. Like, they've eliminated the need to find an actual black person to blame. All social ills are just presumptively the fault of black people for maybe existing in the general proximity of the problem.
When Steve Saylor responded with a New York Times article celebrating airlines beginning DEI hiring to diversify the pilot profession, Stancil simply responded with,
"This dude is just a Klansman."
Stancil would even go so far as to retweet cuck fantasies about Saylor in his replies. Quote, "Shame on
The Destiny clip.
What perfect background footage.
Bro, I love using that clip whenever I could.
I just think the hatred you have in your heart over all your relationships, ended by some suave ethnic men, is not a path."
Low zoom in.
Stancil would fire back at accounts attacking him by reassuring them that he was actually correct, because he had an actual postgraduate degree.
He studied black people. He has a master's.
I have a degree, Manic. Therefore, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Studies.
I have a master's degree in Reconstruction era Black history.
Why?
That sounds like such a useless degree.
Okay, it's probably a joke. I doubt that is true. But even if, let's say it is true, of all the degrees to get in, why did you think that needed to be your calling? White savior complex much? Huh?
I'm pretty sure he's in his 30s, nearing 30, and like lives with roommates. So clearly it was not lucrative for him.
Nope.
Because of this DEI disagreement with Saylor, Stancil would be liberal dystopias of the American 19th century.
The Trump right plans to bring back Jim Crow norms, and it could happen. They have explicit plans to eliminate the legal rules and standards that prevent discrimination against black people, and they're hard at work stigmatizing all black professionals as dangerously underqualified. The idea—
I mean, didn't Trump actually just like have a press conference with like a 13-year-old black kid who, you know, like
the one with brain cancer?
Yeah, but clearly Trump hates black people, right?
Yeah, no, like, and dude, it was it was in front of the whole Congress, and who didn't clap?
Who?
Like, all of the Democrats did not clap.
Crazy.
None of them.
Incredibly widespread on the right, almost completely normalized now, held by everyone from Elon Musk on down. Because of that, they feel comfortable dismissing any black—
Elon Musk is racist too now, I guess.
Or the social caste system, where a black person couldn't be a doctor, lawyer, pilot, or in any role of professional responsibility, where most can't go to college. This in turn relegates black—
What do you like?
Second-class citizenship.
I just
happy with this.
What's his fucking point? Like, oh no, Trump wants to cut down on like useless college scholarships and shit. Oh, so what? You think black people can't go to college on their own merit? What you think that they're not smart enough to get into college by themselves? Oh wait, they need a dozen other useless scholarships to make sure that they get in college? Oh, but college should just be free, you know?
Yeah, not to mention the scholarships or the general federal aid tends to just make college more expensive for everyone.
The support he was receiving for righteously taking down racists on Twitter in arguments nobody will remember besides me and now the humble viewers, Stancil began to bemoan the lack of support he was getting.
Lots of left-wingers are like critical support for Will in his war against the racists, and then offer no actual support and don't fight the racists.
Yeah, that's the left! No, that's just the left. We stand with Palestine. Am I gonna stand?
nothing.
Like, am I gonna actually step foot in Palestine? Am I actually gonna go into Gaza? No, fuck no. But we stand with them. That's just the left in the entirety. They just say, we stand with you, we got your back. But when the chips are down, when it's time for them to actually do shit, they'll never do shit.
Yeah.
And like, he literally is seeing that firsthand. But he's too dumb to understand, like, oh wait, I wonder what this actually fucking means. Just whole, like when the hurricane hit a couple months back, right? Like, the Biden administration did jack shit.
Oh, North
right?
Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina. Like, lots of, like, the roads were destroyed. Nothing was getting done. Like, within a few days of Trump being in office, didn't he actually send people to North Carolina to, like, help him out a bit?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Like,
that is something I'm pretty sure even before he was president, just as a campaign stunt, he went down there personally.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at least he's trying. Wow. Look at this tweet. This tweet right here fully encapsulates the left in general. I'm on the left. The left say they support me, but they haven't done anything. It's like, whoa. So I think he's starting to finally get it.
Let's see how this story continues.
Don't fight the racists, which is why the racists make headway. I promise you, I don't have time or energy to monitor anyone specifically here. I'm just saying it's been pretty lonely out getting swarmed by the worst accounts on earth, and most of the people punching back have been centrist liberal types.
The comment sections of interviews Stancil did at the time would be filled entirely of pro-Steve Saylor and ironic Stancil posters hailing him and victory.
So this begins a fight that has persisted now for months.
The latest, direct from the Stancil offensive front lines. For 8 days, the battle has raged on.
The Stancil offensive.
PhD in African-American
D-Day.
William Stancil wages his long-shot campaign to disprove human genetics. But how longer can he hold out against wave after wave of enemy fire? Supply lines run thin, and morale is low. But now you can aid in the fight. Rush to passage.press and get your own copy of Noticing by Steve Saylor. If we sell 100,000 books, we'll buy Will Stancil a Cadillac Eldorado.
In the end of Stancil's crusade, Steve Saylor's publisher would create a free
buy him a Subaru.
Stancil as the code. Its CEO and founder would later announce, the Passage Press team celebrating our highest grossing week of the year, courtesy of Will Stancil. Hashtag thanks Will.
I should probably stop fighting with the
Wait. Let's so because of this Steve Saylor Will Stancil beef, Steve Saylor's book had a promo code Stancil, and then it became the best-selling book that week.
It's the code.
That's hilarious.
Would later announce
that's the Chad move.
Team celebrating our highest grossing week of the
That's how you end a beef right there.
Hashtag thanks Will.
I should probably stop fighting with the and the eugenicists and the racist creeps, but I just cannot believe we are in the 3rd decade of the 21st century and still having to contend with this. Everyone is even afraid to admit how far it's gone. We have to fight them.
Stancil is your stereotypical modern-day liberal, as portrayed by the run-of-the-mill right-wing commentators online. He is a picturesque image of the soy, nerdy white guy who will tweet endlessly about white people in a
if you look at that snippet.
Hey, can we go to the early life for his Wikipedia real quick?
Does Will Stancil have a Wikipedia? Is he even that relevant?
Okay, I mean, he tweets all day, so I'm sure someone.
Yeah, so do I, and I don't even have a Wikitubia.
Oh, all right, bozo.
And this scrolling thing, it's literally just searching white people in his profile.
Negative way. The classic caricature.
It's scrolling so fast.
All the tweets on the screen or a portion of his tweets, including the phrase, quote, white people. For example, when white people go into uniformly white spaces, an alarm should trigger saying something is off. An Elon Musk post wherein a 4-time deported illegal immigrant killed a mother and son while committing a DUI for the 6th time would be countered by Stancil with, if you want to reduce crime, you're better off deporting white people. Musk is targeting immigrants because he's a xenophobic creep trying to spread hate.
I thought if
is this guy serious? Okay, Manic, pause. Are we sure we're not just getting got? Like, are we absolutely certain we're not just getting duped by like the most hardcore try-hard troll? There's no way.
I don't know. It gets worse. It gets worse. I don't think you're ready for it. Yeah, but how are you enjoying this Will Stancil lore, chat? How are you enjoying it?
Tweeting about abolishing the police from the safety of his very low crime neighborhood. You know, the kind of guy who tweets trans women are women and pats himself on the back for being a good male feminist, like that kind of guy.
But he's like one of these white guys that will live in white areas and, you know, stuff like that while like advocating for blacks and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you know, he's kind of like a wigger, but then he hates himself as a white man. So he's like has a lot of like anti-white stuff that he does. I mean, he just basically follows this like anti-white liberal ideology. He would be happy if white people became a minority in the United States.
As the trolling continued, Stancil would begin to solicit the doxes of his enemies for posting obviously fake screenshots of him saying outlandish things.
Does anyone know the identity of this person? This fake tweet they created now gets tweeted at many times a day and has been the basis of many death threats. I'd like to know who they are.
Quote, what did Will Stancil mean?
If I had to let an immigrant my daughter so I'd get to keep eating authentic tacos and kebabs, I'd do it.
Stancil would accuse ex-owner Elon Musk of being a coke addict.
Elon Musk's internet and drug-fueled viral combined with his predilection for foreign dictators and his inconceivable...
What a lame like accusation to throw at a billionaire. Oh, you're addicted to cocaine.
A rich man does coke. Oh, whoa, no way. Like, who could have seen that one coming? I guess everything Elon Musk has said or done is just, you know, thrown out the window, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And his control of one of the nation's main communications platforms.
I mean, if anything, if this is what Elon could do on coke, why am I not doing it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least a big problem.
I disavow, actually.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Musk is doing massive amounts of coke at work. The thing about libel is that truth is a complete defense.
Okay, does Will Stancil not know that you can just lock in sometimes?
Lock in.
True. Troll and X bravely would share a dark secret Will Stancil had been hiding for over a decade. Will Stancil
do you see the N-word?
At a New Year's Eve party in 2000.
Oh, wait.
Actually, these defamatory...
Oh, shit.
Elon Musk has a drug abuse problem and probably does a lot of cocaine at work is not defamation because it's true and I believe it. This, on the other hand, is 100% defamation by any standard. Anyway, I probably should sue this guy for real, huh?
Stancil's response, though, only motivated more people to respond, and what he was left with was 451,000 views and 500 replies, all saying things like, "It's not defamation. I was there. I saw you do it. Who did you with? There have been others." So he's good. It's not defamation. Just stop with the but what if I believe it?
Just stop it, Will. Stop it, please.
I remember hearing about this a couple
years ago. You have a problem.
If you didn't want people to say that, maybe you shouldn't have that woman at a New Year's Eve party.
Specific false allegation against me. The people making it know it's false, they are trying to retaliate against me for accurately talking about the site owner's real and widely reported drug problem.
Funnily enough, to add salt to this
minions,
Will made in regards to the hashtag movement, where he explained,
it never mattered how robust individual allegations against these guys were. It only mattered that there were a lot of them all at once. The public operates with a different burden of proof than the legal system. Volume counts more than detail.
On February 21st, Will Stancil...
Yeah, so he's literally just digging his own grave with his own rhetoric. Right?
Yep.
It's like believe all women, but unless it's against me.
Exactly.
Wait, okay. Mysterious K in chat says Tyrone says if someone with tism does cocaine, it makes them focus more and is just a stronger Adderall. That's
I mean, I've got autism and I have trouble focusing.
That is a dangerous thing to tell him.
But yeah, I disavow. What, telling me?
Yeah.
Okay, man. You know, no,
I have like a really funny IRL coke story that I probably shouldn't share here.
Tell me off stream.
His two biggest assets apparently being metro planning and a dislike of far right extremism. We can assume he means his ever increasing fans who fill his replies.
Okay.
What happens next?
Look at that. So he's trying to run for like an office in the government.
Yep.
All he can say is, "We gotta fix the roads," and I don't like the far right. I think that this is a lot of the reasons why the left is starting to fall apart. Because for the longest time, their only source of, fight back, their only biggest point is, I'm not the far right fascist that this guy is, And
I mean, thing is in Minnesota, there's like like, okay, maybe there is good fear, but I don't think there's a like. It's not like he's gonna be running against some far right wing guy in Minnesota.
Who in Minnesota would just say, "I'm running for office and HH." Right? I'll say it like that. Just like Roman salute right there, right then.
Honestly, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody who would do that would probably be an Arab.
Okay. And if they did that today, though, maybe it would work. Maybe, but like, it won't happen because it's in Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. I want to check something.
It's far right.
Yeah.
So Metro plan, and he's running for Minnesota House District. So okay, so I'm pretty sure. So like the Minnesota House, not like the United States Congress. I'm pretty sure he's referring. So he'll be in the Minnesota Congress House.
We can assume he means his ever increasing.
This campaign won't be conducted on Twitter, but if you like what I'm generally about, or like metro planning and dislike far right extremism, here you go.
So that's him trying to sell himself for office.
Yeah.
I don't like far right extremism. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like it, but can you also
what's your better alternative?
Like, can you also just not be a pretentious douche that fights back against the few people that might actually be on your side?
Yeah.
How about that?
Exactly.
Stancil, though, left me totally shocked due to the creativity and effort Stancils put forth in their appreciation of Will. On the same day, Katie Jones would announce she was running against Stancil in the district. Right off the bat, she was far more successful and qualified for the position.
Whoa, hold up, Manic, bro. Is he really gonna take the spot that a woman deserves in Congress? Bro, his kind of politics, right? The second a woman starts going up against him, he should just dip, you know? She's a strong, independent woman. She knows more about these issues than you do, a straight white man. I assume straight and white. You should just take a step back and say, you know what, I concede. Shut up, Will. A woman is talking. Do you think you would do that? No.
Yeah, absolutely. You won't believe what's about to happen.
You won't believe what's happening next.
You will have no idea.
Stancils cared about. The only thing they were interested in was a total Will Stancil victory.
Assemble. Please drop out. We want Will Stancil. So, Will Stancil has entered this race. This is a job for a man, not a woman.
Base. Oh.
But he's still my candidate choice. As a strong.
Holy shit. Bro, when he... okay. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But even the trolls are like... The trolls are so anti-Will. They want him in office just to make an even bigger ass out of himself. That's so great.
Will Stancil hates the far right so much that his only supporters are the far right.
The far right. Holy shit. That is so funny, dude. How does that even happen?
Is the least racist fan, and I am ordering you out of the race. Drop out. Will Stancil is going to win. The William Stancil staffel will be knocking on your door soon, Katie. Stancil soldiers are standing by. If you don't...
Like this filled Katie Jones' replies in her announcement of running for political office. People began to notice to the point where Will was forced to address the overwhelming support he was getting from the politically far right.
They are pretending to support me because they know that that's more toxic and damaging than saying they hate me. Do not be suckers about this. These people are driven.
I mean, okay, at the very least, he's right about that, right? Like,
yeah, he is kind of fair. Yeah.
Yeah, but he put himself in this situation. Like, it's.
I mean, he just got the attention of the wrong crowd, frankly.
Yeah.
And an urge to humiliate me because I've been trying to draw attention to how toxic they are. A campaign of abuse, supposedly in my name, accomplishes both.
This passionate group of Stancil supporters, dubbed by some as the Stancil Staffel, and their fever support of Will and his political opponents' replies would literally drive Katie off of the platform of X altogether, just a few days after her announcement for office.
As a female candidate, it is my duty to advocate for women in leadership. I, as well as other women and underrepresented groups, have every right to seek elected office and to be treated with respect. What was once a democratizing tool to communicate...
Okay, she disabled replies. So I could just imagine just the horde of responses to that alone.
Oh yeah, and all the quote tweets too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
that poor soul, dude.
The Stancil squad literally drove her off Twitter.
Stancil stay winning.
right-wing extremists. My campaign will be limiting use of this platform to stay focused on direct caucus and convention outreach with voters in the district.
Some members of the Stancil would then directly reply to Katie's Twitter retreat with a video doxing all of her personal info.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not good. That's not good. Oh.
This conflict between Stancil and his political opponent.
No, that's a step too far.
Yeah, that yeah, obviously. Stancil took the L there.
As J. Patrick Cooligan of the Minnesota Reformer would run a story asking what Stancil extremists were doing in the South Minneapolis race. She started getting harassed on Twitter almost immediately. It came from the far right. She was doxxed and received an anonymous threat. It got so bad she decided to all but leave what would have otherwise been an important platform for connecting with the district and fundraising. Why did Stancil take an interest in Katie Jones and a South Minneapolis legislative race? Enter Will Stancil, a liberal online pugilist who feels duty-bound, or perhaps he's a masochist, to take the fight to the far right. They tried to break into Stancil's accounts, doxed him, and accused him of rape. Quote, he's been swinging about at a hornet's nest of right-wing Twitter, and the hornets are out, Katie Jones told me. But Stancil isn't backing down with his fight with the far right. You can't pretend the far right extremism in this country isn't happening, Stancil said. You need to have an answer to that. Unfortunately, if nothing else, for the health and safety of the people in this district. As a quick aside, Will, what the are you talking about, dude? You're protecting the health and safety of the people in your district? Will, you are having shit-flinging arguments on a social media platform. That doesn't make you the Batman of Minnesota. There is no off-ramp to spurg fighting with trolls and far-right people on Twitter where you win over the ideological hearts and minds of the people through these, in many cases, pointless arguments for me to laugh about.
Yeah, if you're having arguments on Twitter, I don't think that's not conducive for like changing people's minds, really.
It's a waste of time entirely.
Yeah.
I'm naive, but I refuse to believe the future safety.
Like, people don't go on Twitter thinking, oh, I'm going to have my viewpoints like... I'm gonna challenge my viewpoints. If someone makes a compelling argument, I'll change. No, they don't do that. No one on Twitter goes on that platform with that mentality. No, they go on there with like, I believe this. Nothing will change my mind. Nothing at all. And if you even try, I'll call you. I'll say whatever the hell I want. Right? It never works. I tried, man. Sonic fans, like I've tried.
Sonic fan. Okay. Speaking of another online Twitter spurg. Not yet. I just saw this. So Hassan Piker was on Theo Von's podcast, and take a quick guess on what video a certain fan base is brigading for their extreme views, and it's like comparing Candace Owens to Hassan Piker, and because like they're on like I guess like days apart from each other.
Okay.
And Hassan Piker's like, we can't let Clandis beat me on this. Like, she stole anti-Semite of the year from me. Go show So Hassan Piker doesn't have nearly as many views as Candace does.
Dude, that's so sad.
Yeah, but he's trying to like gas up his fan base to go watch Theo Von.
I think we should give that video a like just for Hassan.
Just for Hassan.
Being decided by the Soy Stancil Twitter guy sending 20 to 25 tweets a day about how Bidenomics is actually heckin' based and how men can actually get pregnant in the current year of 2025.
Wow.
I thought the Stancil would be involved in a state legislative race in Minneapolis. The incumbent of the 61A House seat told me. It would get worse, however, as his far-right supporters would be the very first to create a Will Stancil website, showing their support in his campaign bid before he was even able to register a domain. The site includes Stancil bangers, such as the issue with white supremacy gaining ground among black passing Mexican and Latino.
White supremacy is gaining ground among black passing individuals within the Mexican and Latino community is particularly troubling. It underscores a complex.
It also has a call to action to make Minnesota 61A the home of refugee camps. Our community.
Heckin' based.
Yeah, that's how you strengthen your community. That's how you do it.
President Biden is under fire for not letting enough refugees into Minnesota, a state renowned for its warm embrace of newcomers. With its rich tapestry of Somali, Hmong, and Karen communities, Minnesota stands ready.
Karen communities. Okay, that's a good one.
Are falling short of expectations. Mr. President, allow Minnesota to lead the nation. Please, Mr. President, forever home all refugees across America in my backyard, Minnesota. We will accommodate every single refugee in the 61A district. They even created an online store for the campaign with a water container titled Vote Stancil, Mediocre White Man. A pillow prominently featuring his opponent titled Sleep with Women, Don't Vote for Them.
Oh, that's such horrible optics, dude, for a like Democratic primary in Minnesota.
Bro, having merch sold under your name, dude, there's gotta be at least like one or two people that actually bought that pillow, not pitting with Will at all. That's great.
As well as a conspicuous Will Stancil flag.
Oh, shit.
With my name on it. I am not
no way.
At all. The URL was poached by Neil a few weeks ago and has been linked to racist and anti-Semitic content in an attempt to falsely associate me with it.
The far-right fan-made Stancil website included ActBlue donation links. To my shock, they actually redirect to Stancil's real donation page.
But pretty soon after
Holy shit.
this went online, a left-wing enemy of Will's took advantage of it.
Carl Bezier, a left-wing ex-user who detested Stancil, would write up an exclusive on his website claiming the mock Stancil website had raised $15,000 for the Stancil campaign. Cody Hurst, a hard-right activist who runs a parody website for newly declared Minnesota State House candidate Will Stancil, claims to have raised nearly $15,000 for his campaign. That is roughly the same amount that Stancil claims to have raised in the first 24 hours of his campaign. The figures raise troubling questions about Stancil's fundraising strategy and what measures, if any, he is taking to prevent right-wing extremists from determining the outcome of his race. We've raised through ActBlue $15,000 in the first 24 hours, Hurst told me in an interview Friday evening.
I'm assuming that's probably pretty good for like a Minnesota House district.
Oh yeah, just
Like-
it's a very specific small.
And I'm assuming it would be non-competitive.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like there's no way a Republican would win like a Minnesota House district, right? Like I'm
No.
assuming in his area.
Not in Minnesota, not in his area, not at all.
Stancil, for his part, has posted a tweet denying association with Hearst's website, but Stancil has also been cagey about his campaign's finances, dodging questions whether he will accept public financing. And critics, meanwhile, allege that Stancil may in fact see ironic donations for the right as a way to gain fundraising edge against his primary opponents. Quote, "It's really gross that you deliberately attracted a group of virulent, misogynistic racists right before declaring your run for office," Eric, a regulatory specialist from Chicago, told Will Thursday evening. As of this writing, Stancil has also refused to say whether his campaign is making any efforts to screen out and return donations from Stancil would accuse Carl of working with the enemy.
A pretty prominent leftist is openly working with a racist to spread a lie about me.
Carl would respond by saying the Stancil Stoffel are literally doxing me, threatening to murder me, and Steve Saylor is sicking his followers on me. And Will Stancil is telling people I am working with them simply because I reported on the Stancil Stoffel who are supporting him. Stancil's passion and extreme paranoia began to grow in regards to the far right. It would begin to dominate not only his Twitter, but his campaign as well. As you can see from his Ballotpedia.
I seriously haven't. Like, I actually don't understand this guy's any kind of policy he has. It actually just is. I hate the far right and fascists.
Okay, this is his policy platform, right? No,
are we sure that this isn't the troll plot, like the troll page?
I think it's on his.
forum?
I'm pretty sure it says it's on his Ballotpedia.
Okay.
Literally the first thing: myriad dangers created by the rise of far right radicalism in America. Of course,
There it is.
The risk of losing civil rights, reproductive rights, and voting rights. The rule of law itself is in danger.
So vote for me. I'll make sure the rule of law stays. Oh, I'm sure you will.
Gutting institutions like schools and universities, destroying important public services, and undoing important environmental and climate protections. Resisting far-right radicalism is a core purpose of my run for office. So yeah, it's literally just like far-right is bad. They will do bad things.
Far right is good. Far right is bad. Therefore, I am good. Is his mentality, and it's just.
Yep.
To be your state's greatest challenge over the next decade.
I think the biggest political challenge in Minnesota, and indeed much of the U.S.
Oh, thank you for reading it.
Far-right radicalism.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Impacted him in his campaign because
Got him.
more and more talking about the threat of right-wing extremism in his campaign. He sees and fascists everywhere because they are in his mentions f***ing with him.
Will would begin to take more extreme measures in dealing with his reply guy enemies when he would begin to threaten and dox random users while in the middle of his campaign, possibly making him the first political candidate to openly dox his naysayers. When arguing over inflation levels from 1977 to 1981, Captain Dreamer 7 asked, "What exactly happened for the next 3 elections after that, Will?" To which Stancil would reply with dox threats.
Hey, does the rock climbing community know you're a Stancil Staffel? Do they know about your mountain project pages? I don't think they'd be very happy with a Stancil Staffel.
The rock climbing community?
Oh no.
The rock climbing. Okay.
In their midst.
Not long after this, Stancil would follow through with his threats of doxing by posting what he thought was Captain Dreamer 7's real name. Carl would attempt to warn Will that this was in fact not a real dox, to which Stancil would respond by saying, "Lol, you're the saddest person on the entire internet."
This is very confusing because why would this guy say, I've been doxxed and announce his name? That seems like a trollish thing to do.
Absolutely. So my first impression of this was like, Will just doxed the wrong dude for sure. Like, there's no way he got this right.
I assume Will was riding high and believed Carl was trying to sweep it up for Captain Dreamer 7. Unfortunately for Stancil, Carl wasn't lying to him, as Captain Dreamer would then mock Will for fail doxing a random liberal U.S. voter from Portland, Oregon. Quote, "Congratulations to Will Stancil for doxing some random libtard from Portland and leaking personal info and smearing him. This will surely win the Somali vote in Minnesota's District 61A. Will Stancil would double down with his flame war internet spurred fight tactics by encouraging undercover quote-unquote journalists to attend Steve Saylor's event. I personally take this as a call to attend and harass people at the event, but you can determine that as the viewer. Will would make calls to violence against an ex-president and at the time presidential candidate when asking,
So is there any reason Biden couldn't just drone strike Trump?
This was January 1st of 2024.
Wow.
This was literally less than 2 weeks later. That's the
and end this.
Jack Posobiec would
Holy shit.
Quote, "You have less than 6 months, Will Stancil." The presidential election was less than 6 months away. However, this would cause Will to spiral into fantasies that right-wing Twitter were going to physically come after him and attempt to end his very existence on this mortal plane.
This is an open threat from a far-right account with 2.5 million followers. This is where we are. These fascist goons are so emboldened by our rogue Supreme Court
goons
that they're openly threatening to...
I like how Will Stancil, like, even in the screenshot, is talking about like Biden drone striking Trump.
Wow.
But like he doesn't see the irony of this.
Liberal politicians.
This guy can't be real.
By accusing somebody of threatening a politician directly after making a call to violence to drone strike Donald Trump.
Oh, but it's okay because it's drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
You have less than 5 months refrain means.
He's not a politician. He's a fascist inward, right? Like
every single day, dozens of these far-right accounts, many anonymous Stancil accounts, imply or say outright that they are going me for being a liberal.
This may be the most spiral from Stancil in this entire video. Will, you called for a drone strike. Then when someone gave you the time left before the election, you...
Will! It's like the Family Guy scene where Glenn goes, "Oh, Peter, when am I gonna get my, my spin-off, Quagmire? You're like, Quagmire, you're great at this." And it's like, oh, like, why am I getting harassed for this? Will, you called for a drone strike on the president, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, does he not get it?
He genuinely doesn't see it. But we just got a super chat from Sullen the Lich for ARS 100 saying applying to leftists their own methods is just fair play. Remember, commies, no bad tactics, only bad targets, right? We're being so lefty here. I don't know. That's probably something Will Stancil said personally, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be... I'd probably go on his Twitter and just look that up. Like, there are no bad tactics. Probably like 30 of those same tweets. Yeah.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Secondhand embarrassment. Go canvas, dummy. Make calls. This isn't how you win. On August 2nd, a Minnesota outlet would publish a story titled, "In Minneapolis, House DFL Race. Candidates knock doors while Twitter looms," where it's pretty apparent that locally Will is seen as totally unhinged as well. And it reads, "Katie Jones and Isabel Rolfs, also a candidate in 61A primary, have taken a Midwestern-nice approach and refrained from openly attacking Stancil for his provocative tweets. In one post after the U.S. Supreme Court's presidential immunity ruling, Stancil wrote and then later deleted, quote, 'Is there any reason Biden couldn't strike Trump and end this?' They avoided negative attacks, but Jones and Rolfs verbally subtweeted Stancil, seemingly criticizing his Twitter presence while not calling him out by name. Quote, 'What we say on social media has consequence. When we're in elected office, what we say holds more weight, and we have to take responsibility very seriously,' Jones said during the candidate forum. Rolfs added, quote, 'We do need to be careful and cognizant about what we're posting. The DFL is a team. If one person says something on social media, it affects the entire party and our ability to..'"
I bet you they're only doing this just for like they're only doing this for like the electoral reasons, for the optics, so they can beat Will Stancil in the primary.
Yep.
Govern. Stancil's face visibly reddened during their remarks about his online presence. An independent expenditure committee, United 61A Neighbors, registered with the state recently with the apparent goal of defeating Stancil in the primary. Quote, "Will Stancil is busy chasing Twitter clout when he should be listening to our communities. We deserve better from our elected leaders," the group said. Stancil acknowledged that if he is elected, he would, quote, "turn stuff down" on his Twitter. Emily Yukis, the artist behind Alfred Alfer and political commentator on the right, would be inspired by Stancil's story and begin poking and prodding him on Twitter. The first thing that she would put out would be a music video that was a play on the Will Stancil the woman at a New Year's Eve party in 2011. The video sees Stancil celebrating New Year's Eve with a freak-off party with P. Diddy. The 90-second length has imagery of a comatose woman, Stancil spiking drinks, and women running in terror. Unfortunately, due to the copyright, I can't play the video for you, but I highly recommend it, and we'll link it in the description. Stancil would...
This looks unhinged.
Diss tracks on him at this point, but would disparage Emily's edit. And this would be the start of a campaign of shitposting.
Don't lie, I know you're gooning too.
It went on for months.
This is crazy.
Okay, that's not a Sonora, that's McDonald's.
Mickey D's. I love McDonald's.
I mean, we're watching YouTube videos. Hopefully, this is all compliant.
Will sells. Hell yeah.
They Will Stancil Jacks.
Will Jack, yeah.
Stancil was not a fan of Emily Yukis. He would attempt to use his 100,000 followers to get her account banned several times, though ultimately to no avail. I will say this in regards to the subject: the memes and poking Emily was doing towards Will was in a very lighthearted and goofy way, in my opinion.
A squirrel eating Will Stancil's face.
How can you look at that and think, oh, she's harassing me?
Jim would respond by carving his face into a pumpkin for Halloween in honor of it.
It's very comedic.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, that is going a little
That
far
would-
with this.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that pumpkin carving looked pretty damn good, right? Like, can you really be mad at yeah? Go
Let
back.
me rewind it.
Look at that. That took effort, dude. Like, she had to look at his face. Like, she had a photo of him and had to look at it for a few hours just to make sure it came out right.
This is like if you just made a a childless cat lady right wing. This is the kind of behavior you'd get. Like,
I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I wish someone would do that for me.
A pumpkin for Halloween in honor of it.
It's very comedic to me. And then just the way he talks and his mannerisms is just very comedic and has inspired a lot of art in the last few months.
I've got a psycho
inspired art.
Like hours and hours every day with the encouragement of dozens, if not hundreds, of other Stancil staffel creeps. Most of you do not see how bad these people are. They stalk me every day so I get a front row seat. They are literally the most repugnant, hateful, broken humans I could ever conceive of. Pure, seething hate.
Really?
Emily would respond by saying, "The irony, Will, is that we love you more than anyone else on this website. In fact, I don't see you have any fans other than the far right."
It's actually kind of sad how much hate he gets. It's really ironic because for me, having such a controversial political ideology, I get so much love. All of my interactions on Twitter are positive, and then his Twitter is just all negative.
On August 13th, 2024, Will Stancil would lose the Minnesota 61A House seat to
Aw, boo.
It's over.
On August 13th, 2024.
It's over. But look at
She
the
got
look,
EI higher.
look at that voting percentage though. Katie, so by 600 votes, just about, Will Stancil lost.
I mean, how many were there total? Let's 4,000.
Roughly 8,000, let's say.
850, something like that.
Yeah.
Or 800, 8,500 is what I meant. But yeah.
Yeah, 600 votes he lost.
A House seat to Katie Jones.
I want to see Will Stancil.
I bet all of those votes were from Nazi right wing accounts.
Yeah, all
They stole
4
the
of them in
election.
Minnesota.
Yeah, they stole the election, Manic.
Yeah, I
swear,
I
if
want
he
to
actually
see-
tweets that, if he tweets that exact thing, that the far right stole his election, I'm gonna be so pissed. Does bro not really think that a woman could win on her own merit?
I want to see Will Stancil in Congress. Okay, I want to see him personally confront
Dude, imagine Will versus Trump.
real.
You thought Zelensky versus Trump was bad?
Of the votes in the district, and Katie Jones would go on to win the 61A House seat. The WillStancil.com website that his fans made still exists, though it got a bit of a makeover, specifically the support section, which now links to the pumped-up unofficial Will Stancil crypto coin, and its description reads, "Seize your inner will to power. Literally buy, sell, trade, and heart is content. Whoever has the most will is the biggest Stancil." Will would take time off.
Bro, it's 20 in 2024 we got a freaking we got a Will Stancil shitcoin.
Twitter at one point and go to Blue Sky, which is the safe space Twitter for liberals.
Yeah, it's nothing on Hawk 2 a coin though.
Over there, and he would be blocked by 11,988 leftists on the platform.
And his Bluesky is all negative. It's all people making fun of him and dunking on him and saying really horrible things about him.
yeah.
So, but he gets as much hate on there, if not more, than he does on X.
Today, you
How
He's not even liked. He's not even welcome on Blue Sky.
on Twitter, posting about Donald Trump, his cohorts, and how the world as we know it is coming to an end. I would like to say he learned to deal with people online, but really the whole experience has made him a lot more extreme, where you can see him making violent threats towards large groups of people in which he deems the membership. His original position as a research fellow no longer appears when searching for his name on the college website, and when asking him if something happened, I got no response. Whatever Will decides to do in the future.
The college scrubbed him from the website. That's how toxic he is.
Not even the college he graduated from wants anything to do with him. Holy shit.
Politics or otherwise, I wish him all the best.
Yeah, so shout out to Shamu for this lovely documentary going over the.
It's a very Kino video. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it right here because it is a good video, and yeah, that's okay. Should we go through some a little more cringe before we're going to the next one?
Absolutely. Well, okay. I have a question. When are we gonna do mine? Are we saving mine for last or?
Okay. Okay. Should we reveal? Wait. Huh? Error. Try again. What's going on? It didn't let me post it, huh? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Link me your account,
Okay. My account.
or not your account. The video you want to.
Okay. So Manic. You know Freerun, right? Freerun. How the
That one.
anime.
Okay, I know exactly
No.
which one.
No. It's something bit different. Like I'm sure you're on the right track, but what's one of the biggest things about the show? Is that demons are 100% always evil, right? And obviously, we understand that there's no such thing that is super problematic to just have like this race is evil.
Oh,
and you know what? I want to just go back to the original video that really like pushed this
games discourse on the internet
3 years ago.
And mind you, I just know that this exists. I have never actually watched this yet. Extra credit, bro.
Extra credits.
It's just we've come to a point where we can't just make a just blatantly 100% irredeemable evil group of people. There's always got to be nuance, Manic. Like even if the author says no, they're just evil. Even if like the creator says they like in Freerun, I'm sure I don't know how to fucking say it, but they explicitly say these are demons. They just know what to say to get sympathy from people, so they can just kill them. Like there's no nuance, and yet these leftist retards will say, "But what if there is?" And I just want to go back to the original video. That really like, how many views does this video have?
470K.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have expected this video to have way more. In all honesty,
I mean, I know Extra Credits was a pretty big channel.
Like,
they're not that big anymore. Oh my goodness, they fell off a cliff.
I mean,
how Fortnite crossovers corrupted the industry.
Games are cheaper than they've ever been. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, I think that one's a more recent. Like everybody was dunking on them. But honestly, I kind of do agree with like games are cheaper than they've ever been. Frankly.
I mean, with like microtransactions, like even if they are cheaper, is the quality of the product itself still good? With a bunch of microtransactions, needing a bunch of patches, and like their 60 gigabyte downloads on the PC, even if they are cheaper, they're not as good. Like they've gotten worse. Like the price is just one extra like point in like the whole video game industry, like hodgepodge.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, let's go back to the SNES or whatever. Or maybe the N64, right?
Yeah.
Like Zelda for like SNES or N64 probably cost like what, $80, something crazy like that. Back then, in back then's money, right? Can you imagine? Like, and nowadays we can literally just play it in a subscription or on the like Wii and 3DS. Just play that like in left for I don't know. I think SNES games were like $8 or $7, something like that. So like the older game, like retro game, like I don't know. Imagine like paying money for Atari games, you know?
Oh yeah, just buy a plug and play collection and you'll be fine.
Yeah, but like back then, their only option was paying like however many dollars for an Atari game.
But we're not watching that video. We're watching why making an evil orc race is actually super racist because they're actually black.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about extra credit. We definitely should go into more extra credits videos. Maybe we're gonna do a part 2 for this because this is fun.
Just have YouTube chat send us as much shit as they possibly can.
Yeah, if you want to suggest, feel free to super chat to give us your suggestions, and we can do them in a future stream.
Yep. You might have noticed a reoccurring argument about some species from fantasy media, specifically orcs. Now, not to worry. This episode isn't going to be just another member of the chorus talking about how if all orcs in a game are blindly evil, that it's racist. Instead, we want to discuss how that particular choice is simply bad game design.
It's bad game design to have evil creatures.
It's bad game design just to make it explicitly this is the enemy.
You skip.
Okay, so you can't just have bad enemies now, right? It's like, do we need a Mario game to tell us why the Goombas are actually just like the fucking like working class, and just like the Mushroom Kingdom is actually the bourgeoisie. Do we need that? No. Just let me jump on some fucking Goombas. I don't need to be told like why the Goombas. It's bad game design. It just makes like. Does every single game need to be some kind of like ambiguous, not black and white? It's all gray. It's all up for debate on what it really means. Do we need that?
Yeah, you should feel bad for killing bad people.
So every time I've gone to a palace or dungeon or Tartarus, I should feel bad for beating up the basic shadows. I'm sure that shadow that I did an all-out attack on didn't really deserve it because, like, it's just bad game design.
Exactly.
Like Teddy's a good one, so why can't they all be good?
Or who you kill in The Last of Us Part 2. They're just like you like it's an anti-revenge story, but you kill like all the goons, but not the person that actually killed Joel.
Oh yeah, like random dude number 17 that was just like kind of there that you snuck up on and slit his throat. Oh, I bet he didn't deserve it, but he's the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mendez Hodes, who guest wrote this episode. Thanks so much, Mendez. Much of the
Fuck you, Mendez.
Points out that character as ugly, warlike, and malevolent might be harmful to real-world groups, regularly mischaracterized as ugly, warlike, and malevolent. However, this video isn't.
It's fantasy. It's not fucking real.
And we'll have a link to that in the description. But here,
I get that, I don't care, man. I don't care that he said we're not talking like we're not trying to do it like this. I don't care, just the fact that they made this video at all. It's just
group like this game can be lazy at best and at worst, actively harmful to the world you're creating. When designing a game's world and populating it with fictional species, a designer might be tempted to differentiate them from one another by certain inalienable qualities, like their moral alignment, violent versus peaceful, law versus chaos, good versus evil, and the like. It's a common trope in speculative fiction, but especially in the context of a game.
It works, though!
An entire species with the same moral brush actually weakens the entire thing. This idea that a certain
okay, Manic, just... Aren't there, I'm sure he's going to pull up so many, an example or two, but any game that does this, isn't there always just, the one or two guys that, in Fallout, you got, the mutants and shit, right? And in one of the Fallout games, you can actually befriend, a big, mutant guy, right?
Yeah.
So, it's, not all mutants are bad, but but he's going to try to use that as, a fucking argument for this stuff. What is inherently wrong with just making this one race orcs are evil, it's bad design? Okay, is the whole game centered around the orcs, or is they just one extra cog in the machine? He's taking this huge broad idea and trying to condense it down into just 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's because you're applying a liberal philosophy to a fictional place that may not exactly be compatible with it. It's like saying, oh yeah, I'm a real tech bro in Skyrim. What does that even mean?
Nationality or sex has inalienable traits, is called biological essentialism or simply bioessentialism. And it's a valid way to talk about qualities like how many legs an animal has or whether it can fly. But
men can be women.
In untrue statements like,
it gets misused.
Men are more logical than women, or Asians are better at math. Chances are, if a game is set in the real world,
holy shit! No, that Pimple example was horrible. No, they are a more aggressive. Pimples were bred to be aggressive and hunters. Pimples were bred. They were functionally designed to be aggressive and shit. But I'm not saying that as we should kill all pitbulls. I'm just saying that because it's how it is. If you want a pitbull, you have to understand that it's gonna be a very big, aggressive dog, and you gotta rein it in all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And it's Asians are good. I mean, what if they are though? Huh? I'm sorry. I'm just
as multiple fields of societal and hard science can readily prove to you. But speculative fiction offers us an opportunity to reify or make real various things which...
So, Manic, if you want to make the orcs in your fantasy race like just super evil, you know, you're just being a little bit racist.
Yeah, how dare I have like antagonists that are just like evil because that's that's what they are, and that's not like the story doesn't always have to be about how there may be good in you or something. Like it doesn't have to be every story.
Now, bioessentialism is a tempting idea in fantasy for some of the same reasons as it is in the real world. Because to our human minds, broad generalizations are comforting. They reduce the world to simple cut and dry categories. All orcs bad, all elves good, root for these folks, not for these folks. But just like in the real world, bioessentialism can present problems in fiction as well, specifically a moral one. The idea that a sapient species can inherently tend towards good or evil acts, or lawful or chaotic ones, and that moral essentialism actually undercuts the greatest strength games can bring to storytelling, the player's own power to make meaning.
Notice how he says it can, not that it does.
Including moral ones. So if a game's creative choices apply a moral valuation to every member of an entire species before the players even meet them, well, now that's just taking that power away from the players. And in turn, if
I guess every hollowed enemy in Dark Souls, I guess they're just misunderstood. And when they're, attacking me and ganging up on me and fucking killing me and making me lose 100,000 fucking souls that I just barely couldn't get back. That's just not good game design.
What's the time? If a tornado destroys a house, is a tornado evil? Yes, if it's a malicious air elemental. I can't, bro.
I mean, like, the best answer to these kind of videos literally is just go, yes. Like, oh, is it like this? Yes. Like, just don't give them any extra leeway. Just tell them straight up, yes, it is like this.
Yeah.
Because they
just troll them.
But if a tornado destroys a house...
That's literally what... Wow, what impeccable timing.
...world building chooses to program every member of a species to destroy, aren't they more like the tornado? Now, if the player's characters are able to make moral choices, but an entire class of NPCs is inherently evil regardless of their choice, then the game is either telling the player that moral choices don't matter, or it's simply driving a wedge between the player's morality and the morality that applies to the rest of the world, blocking the player from further becoming a part of it. For instance, in Warhammer 40k, this inconsistency is central to the Imperium of Man's villainous creed. Individuals' human choices make them good or evil, whereas aliens are created evil. And of course, Games Workshop made that choice to facilitate a war game where lethal violence is the only option. But then folks also saw that in the 40k novels and RPGs, which required more interesting narrative complexities, Imperial heroes have to grapple with and recognize the illogic of that creed based on their own experience. Okay, but now you might be asking, what if you're playing the kind of game where you're engaging in violence because it's exciting and fun, not because of its moral dimensions, where the meaningful choice is about tactics rather than ethics? Maybe the goal is to take moral calculus out of the problem. Sure, one solution might be saying, all orcs are evil, go ahead and shoot them. But in that situation, as soon as someone inadvertently feels some empathy, as people often do for anything seeming even vaguely alive, the easy answer becomes less easy. And if the goal of your game is to stop players from engaging in moral debates and just fight some bad guys, you kinda gotta say something more reliable than, oh, it's fine, they were all born this way. Fortunately, the real world's made progress on this problem, because sometimes in this day and age, people actually bear visual signifiers which say, I'm evil, not because of where I was born, but because of the choices I've made, such as Nazi uniforms and...
This is just such a pretentious fucking, I know I'm better than you kind of channel.
Yeah, it's not like that where you're born or the environment you grew up in could influence your decisions at all, ever.
So it's not like this tribe of orcs that are raised in like a warfare society where their entire goal is to destroy and conquer everyone else. It's not like an orc child raised in that environment would like I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just like, these arguments are just, they're hard for me to argue against because he's, one, talking very fast, and two, I'm trying to articulate my thoughts in the live stream instead of, typing out a script to try to say, but it's okay though. He's trying to say, even the most basic strategy games, it's not okay for you to just have running experience,
I think I have this at 1.2 or this is at normal.
Yeah, exactly.
He does just speak fast, hoping that we just like forget how bad this is.
You have things like the Hydra logo, a clear visual signifier, but one that denotes choice, not birth. And if the statement that a game is making with its backstory and symbols is that an enemy had a choice and they chose wrong, then that gets way less complicated for a game that's interested in uncomplicated violence. So whether a game does or doesn't want its players to overthink their characters' moral choices, evil as a choice is just more effective than evil as a bioessential trait. But then, of course, if everyone wearing the evil team uniform...
So, Manic, all these, like, parasites that exist in our real world that literally only exist to attach themselves to another creature and suck the blood out of it, it's, like, not okay to say, like, that's a very evil creature. No, it's just doing its biological function to be a fucking parasite.
Yeah, I mean, like, if its biological function is only, like, destructive to not only you, but, like, say like some
it's like he's using he showed the xenomorph as an example. The face huggers literally kill their host to reproduce, and we're not allowed to say, oh, that's an evil creature. Like, oh, I guess Ridley Scott writing Alien like that, oh, it's just bad world building, it's just bad storytelling, just make a creature inherently evil. Oh damn, I'm sure, like, I wish I could understand the plight of the xenomorph as it's, murdering my fellow compatriots.
Yeah, this is literally like the whole Starship Troopers Helldivers discourse about identifying like with the bugs,
It's afraid, Manic. I need to watch Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
If every orc happens to have chosen Team Evil, the game wouldn't exactly be communicating that difference very well. A quick fix here would be to show some diversity in the evil team's hiring practices. For instance, with evil humans and elves as well as orcs.
Does anyone care about that? Like, you can show it, but like, does anyone want to see it? Does anyone actually give a shit? The only people that give a shit about this are trying to be all, oh, I'm morally grandstanding. I'm the good guy here. Like, the only kind of people that want to see that kind of shit are the people that would make videos for extra credits. Because they think, oh, I gotta be super morally righteous in my fucking storytelling. Can't just have a bad guy do bad things. Nope. Can't just let it be that simple.
Yep.
Oh, I guess,
better at this.
And never mind.
Over time is Mass Effect. Because in the first game, Commander Shepard never meets a nice Batarian or a fun Geth. But then, spoiler alert, most of these evil species turn out to be as complex and interesting as the human ones as the trilogy progresses. Broad moral...
Wow, it took...
Wow. I mean, that's how you go on for 3 games to up the stakes, to make things more interesting. Also, notice how the female Shepard is used here. Yeah, just something to think about.
I mean, she's a cute redhead. I would.
Not only does it make internal sense, but it also leads to less evocative, less rewarding worlds and games. But we can solve that problem by following our best creative instincts to diversify, deepen, and complicate the worlds we create and its denizens. This way...
Hey, guess what? So you don't have to do that for literally every single thing. Some things could be more complicated and could enhance the narrative, while keeping things simple also enhances the narrative. Like, not every single aspect of what you're trying to make needs to be some overly complicated bullshit. When things get too complicated, people might actually get pulled out of the story. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, as things get more complicated, you have to like increase the length. You have to explore. You have to do more exposition.
And like saying, oh, the Mass Effect trilogy. Oh, it's a trilogy of games, each one of which might be a 40-hour long campaign. Oh wow, you don't say that. Oh, it had all this time to flesh out its world building and stuff. But not every single game, not every single piece of gaming media is going to be able to, have that luxury. Oh, but I guess instead of expanding like the world itself, I need to take a couple extra hours to explain. Yeah, the orcs you've been fighting, they're actually, not super evil, and you as a player, you should feel bad that you killed that one orc for that extra level up. Now, like, you should feel bad.
Yeah.
To make snap judgments about our game's orcs or aliens or undead based on moral absolutes or body types. Instead, we'll all be driven to investigate, explore, and learn. Our players will invest themselves more in our games. And because they're human, ask the hard questions to push our design into even more enriching and unexpected places. Plus, maybe if we ditch this whole evil races line of thinking, if one day orcs or extra-dimensional horrors or even isekai protagonists pop out of a portal, they'll offer us humans the same courtesy. I'd call that a win-win.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, like, would us humans be just immediately prompted to violence towards the aliens?
Like, I have a question. In Starship Troopers, when like the bugs are attacking, who attacked first, right? Like, did the random soldiers just shoot at the bugs from the very beginning? Probably not.
I don't recall the exact sequence. I
have no idea. I'm just saying it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't just like immediately start attacking shit unless they get attacked first.
Yeah, and also in the movie Starship Troopers, it's a complete betrayal of the books. Because like the themes are like trying to humanize the bugs, the enemy bugs. Whereas the Starship Troopers, that's not really the case.
Nope.
And they're doing a new Starship Troopers movie adaptation, which it's either going to be like more faithful or even less faithful. So let's see. It'll be interesting.
And like these people talk about these games. Do you think that they would actually be legitimately interested in buying this stuff? Like, if they were told this new Dragon Age game has super moral complexity and stuff, do you think that they would actually have fun playing the game? Like, that's a big thing. It's just we're playing games to have fun, and sometimes just murdering a whole horde of just random fucking demons and like a shoot 'em up and Doom. Oh, Manic, I guess like shooting all those aliens, shooting all the like demons in Doom, right? Oh, dude, you should have asked if like the demons were actually evil beforehand. Just giving the player a simple goal to strive for. I mean, that's kind of racist, Like, I guess Doom wasn't all that good because you didn't get to see the moral complexities. Like, I'm sure that one demon you shot on level 2, it just wanted to be an engineer. It just wanted to help you out. Then you shot it with no hesitation.
So yeah, we have this video. My life as a loser. We're probably not gonna watch this entire thing. This has 1 million views.
I put so much effort into my shit, and a mid woman can just like talk to the camera for 20 minutes.
She's not a mid. She's a loser, as self-described loser.
It's like, well, why should I put so much fucking time and effort into like my projects? Why can't I just be a mid woman that just like says I'm a loser femcel? Fuck me.
I mean, I've seen kind of male equivalents of these. Now, obviously, I'm not sure if it got 1 million views, where it's just like in the car talking about how life sucks.
Yeah, like those videos don't get 1 million views, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but let's see.
I exist. I'm 26 years old. I am a virgin. I never got a college education. I still live with mommy and daddy. I don't drive because I'm too afraid to. I can't really tell you anything I've accomplished in life besides graduating high school, I guess. I haven't really done anything since then. I kind of have friends, but they're also my coworkers. I don't know if that counts. I've never dated before. I'm just kind of a big loser.
Okay, so pause.
Dudes will see this and go, wife need.
Go, Manic. I'm sure you know this, but I don't think some people in chat know this. The lore of I Exist goes a bit deep.
Wait, what? You're aware of this person?
Not only am I aware, apparently, according to her, me and her dated for like 2 days. If you look at her channel, like go to her videos.
I literally just encountered this video.
Go like click it. Go to review. Like go by videos. Scroll down a bit. There's gonna be a video saying, like, I had a bad day. My boyfriend broke up with me.
Is this like 2 years ago or something?
It's like 1 year ago or so.
F you, China. I have a crush on Snoop Dogg.
Actually, I think I could link. Bad day, right there. So
and YT is pedo heaven.
Okay.
This is that's a crazy. Why do these have to be the same video?
So literally, just listen to the first like 30 seconds.
Today's video, it's not really going to be anything special. It's just me talking about a bad day. What made this a bad day was my boyfriend broke up with me. He had a good reason to. And when I was going to reply back to him and say, you're right about this, and, I'm sorry this had to happen, but it's for the better, I saw that I was just blocked. So I didn't even get to explain myself to him. So whatever, I feel like I was kind of mean of him to block me. But anyway, yeah, so that happened today.
That was me. Okay, so Manic, pause. So on one of Chronic's streams, we're just shooting the shit, right? Apparently she hops in the chat. And it's one of those things where he was like kind of joking around, be like, oh, Chaz is single. And she in chat says, oh, he sounds kind of cute. So eventually it's like, I send her like, hey, here's my Discord account. And like she adds me as a friend. And like for 2 or so days, we're just like shooting the shit, talking, barely getting to know each other. And within like 2 days of talking, she just says like, I love you. Just like 0 to 100 as like instantly.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the top comment. Unable to determine if this YouTube channel is a parody, a punk prank, or for real.
It's crazy. Like the I exist lore with Kite and Chaz goes deep, man.
I literally just found this in the recommended. I was not aware that this was the same woman.
So yeah, like she I'm not gonna lie, maybe if she waited like a few months before going that hard that fast, and keep in mind 2 days of talking, like one call, right, where I just talk with her for like a bit, just like shooting the shit, see where it goes, and then she goes like, oh, I love you. Like, bitch, you couldn't even name my favorite fucking anime character. What the fuck do you show screenshots? I mean, it's all gone. It's been over a year since this happened.
Did she like delete your account?
Well, no, it's like I like I blocked her.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like I deleted everything. I blocked her. That way I could just like move on.
Yeah. Oh, okay, chat. I'm genuinely curious. What is like the correct amount of time between like say meeting somebody and saying I love you as a partner?
I mean, first of all, I think you have to meet them in person.
Yeah, I think that definitely is a prerequisite.
Because part of it was also just like shooting the shit over Discord for 2 days, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is way too early.
And I mean it literally like that. Just the most basic getting to know each other kind of talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't even get to tell her about like Adachi yet, because I wasn't aware of him at that point in time. So like all I'm saying is that like if she actually just waited a bit and played the long game, I probably would have been like hag maxing the 26-year-old virgin loser. Thankfully, I didn't though. Thankfully,
26 is not a hag. Okay, 26 is not a hag.
That's the joke. It's like she's not a hag. She's just in your age range, bro. Like that's trying to go for that joke. One day she waited too long. Exactly. If anything, she took too long to just do it. So
I didn't.
Very lazy. I should clean my bedroom, but I don't, and I'm not going to show you the mess.
You're trad wife, sir.
Spend way too many hours on the internet, but only on Discord and YouTube. I don't have any real social media because I'm too much of a loser. I have nothing to show off on there. Isn't that what's...
I mean, I guess out of all of the social medias, those are probably the best ones because Discord's not really algorithm driven at all, and like YouTube's just
yeah,
you're not as susceptible to brain rot. I want to see what this most replayed bit is.
a million people watch this, and they probably would just say would.
Channel that's just full of happy vlogs and
36K likes.
full of activities and things that I just don't do, you know? I wish that my videos attracted more female viewers instead of lonely older men. I just feel strange that that's going on, you know?
Like she's upset that wow.
Wait, let me check the most popular.
And,
Will
like,
you
she got
will you be
engaged.
my friend? I'm an unemployed. She's no. I
She's
wonder.
got engaged, by the way.
I wonder. I got engaged quickly and moved to California. My I kissed a stranger at the club. My first kiss story time. Well, she's for the. My fiance caught me checking out a woman.
Hi guys, so
Why is this video quality so bad?
Because
yesterday
she
I
just
went on
pulls out her phone and
so I went with my fiance and our friend and we went hiking for 2.5 hours.
She went outside.
And
she touched grass.
Dude, okay, like you shouldn't have told me this. Now we're going down a rabbit hole.
When we were walking, we passed these 3 women, and the one really stood out to me. And she had dark hair.
Oh,
she was very curvy, and
she was gay. Damn, I really dodged this bullet.
Look at her, and especially the revealing outfit she was wearing. And I try not to stare at people or women, but it's hard to avoid sometimes. But usually, like,
I mean, when she got her titties out like that, bro, it's hard to not look.
Notice that I'm staring at them. And yeah. So anyway, yeah, that happened, and well, later, my fiance and I were talking, and he told me that he noticed that I was checking her out, and it just made me really self-conscious because I feel like I always try to hide that, and like I couldn't believe like someone actually noticed that I did that, and my fiance said he only noticed because he knows that she's my type, which I guess makes sense, and I guess he was just curious. So he turned around and looked at me and saw that I was looking at her, but I'm still just really embarrassed, even though he is my fiance, and
So she's bi?
I guess I should learn some self-control. I feel like maybe that was just bad luck because, you know, I did have some...
But maybe she was asking for the attention. I mean, like, maybe if she provided us with a photo, you know, just so we could see what she's talking about.
Okay, I think we need to cut it here before we get too deep. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, she's a loser, and I'm out here benching 2 plate whenever I damn well please. So
Okay, why I stopped listening to Joe Rogan. I'm sure this is gonna be completely neutral and not politically biased at all.
Should I make a follow-up video to this saying why I started listening to Joe Rogan?
I mean, like Joe Rogan is the #1 podcaster for a reason, right? Like he is a good guy to have a conversation with. Not like I'd know, but
thanks. I'm out here trying my best. I know I'm not like that good, but
no, I was implying that I'd never spoken to Joe Rogan personally.
Oh, I thought you were like shit talking like. Just, he has good people hopping on with his streams and shit. People actually can have a conversation without bringing up Adachi for 2 fucking seconds. It's like, whoa, dude. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Beast, and I have another confession to make.
Mr. Beast!
I'm a really big fan of Joseph James Rogan. Like,
bro says drop the middle name.
Big fan.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Yeah, that's the guy. Joe Rogan, the comedian, actor, UFC commentator, reality TV.
Are we getting a whole history of Joe Rogan?
Yes!
I loved him. I loved him like dogs love.
First a Sonic fucking history of, and now a Joe Rogan history.
Dude, it's like, yeah, because it's almost like Joe Rogan just like, I'm not saying he like grifted to the right wing, but obviously he was
he slowly drifted over that way, getting more right wing people on.
I mean, it was basically like when like Elon Musk basically bought Twitter, then he started seeing stuff for himself. right, in his X algorithm, and obviously like having friends like Dana White and Elon Musk, that will, and obviously like I don't know, seeing like weird articles such as like why going to the gym is like fascist or whatever. You know, it's like you get some reflexive response, even if you are like pro UBI, pro like universal health care, whatever. It's just like you can be left wing and still acknowledge like crazy salon articles.
Yep.
Wait, Captain Brunch says, Manic, I'd like to request you watch a video top 10 hottest Sonic females by Guptil89. I'm gonna
Hot chick heaven. Here we go.
Okay, I'm just gonna I saved that. So we'll get to that at some point.
Ban you real quick. I'm just gonna time you out. I'm just gonna delete that comment.
Years of my life, I was constantly listening to Joe's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience.
And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology.
What, dude? What is this like clip art garbage? Literally, a stock photo of a laptop would be better.
You know, you don't need to do these fancy fucking like croppings and shit. You can just put the thing on the screen.
Is this supposed to be like the teacher aesthetic?
Probably, but it looks lazy. It just doesn't look good.
During those 8 years, I pretty much listened to every.
Also, like he just put like a PNG of himself in the video. Could he not just like green screen himself in the center?
Nope, that's a bit too much effort.
Single episode. Well, other than the UFC and Fight Companion episodes, I couldn't care less about mixed martial arts.
Oh yeah, okay. Like Amy Schumer was like people really liked Amy Schumer back when she was on the Joe Rogan Experience, way back in like over 10 years ago now.
So the only reason why people found woman funny is because man funny, therefore woman funny.
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend but like basically.
Oh, you love Amy Schumer.
I'm saying I'm not gonna pretend like I remember those old episodes from like I don't even remember how long ago. But people did like Amy Schumer back then, and then the whole like stealing jokes thing came out, and then like she had that one like 2016 Netflix special everyone. Then like she like chimped out all about it. Like trashed out.
Those 8 years, I pretty much listened to every single episode. Well,
yeah, like if you see in the top right, that's Amy Schumer right there, and then you can see that's one of the that's a very old set and very low quality.
Other than the UFC and Fight Companion episodes, I couldn't care less about mixed martial arts. But yeah, that's thousands of hours of my life listening to this.
These apes rather, started consuming psilocybin mushrooms, and it led them to be more creative.
And I wasn't the only one, dude. There are others. The Joe Rogan Experience is one of...
Is the monkey me? Am I the creative monkey?
I'm sure you've heard of it. I mean, that's probably why many of you clicked on this video to watch. For many years, it was the #1 podcast around. And remember, there are like literally...
It was beaten out by the Talk to a podcast. Hell yeah.
Even my great-grandfather has a podcast. And he's dead. Hundreds of millions, if not billions...
funny joke.
People at this point have listened to at least one episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. It's helped...
I haven't listened to an actual episode of it yet. I never will, out of principle, just to spite this guy. Just so just so that one line he said is not true.
Or I mean, but you still got to make that video why I started listening. Yeah, and then you got to make the
reveal.
Then you got to make the top 10 Joe Rogan Experience episodes.
I got to hop on Joe Rogan.
That would be great.
Dude, imagine like 0 to 100. Like I don't listen to shit at all. Next day, hi, what's up, Joe? How's it going?
Worst
Joe,
view.
more like Joe Mama. And then, like worst disliked Joe Rogan Experience podcast of all time.
Bro, yeah, dude. Like it would become one of the infamous episodes.
I would do my best to make sure that episode tanked. I'd be like, so Joe, do you know about Adachi? It's like, imagine an hour-long explanation. It's like the worst explanation possible about these characters. It'd be fucking horrible. That'd be great.
The culture helped presidents get elected.
Imagine if I get him to say, "Oh, he just like me, for real." He takes a puff of his marijuana.
Okay, so Mr. B just asserted that Joe Rogan helped Donald Trump get elected in 2024. Just so you know.
if he helped at all, it was like the most minimal help ever.
It was like Donald Trump was on his podcast. That's what helped him. And also, not to mention, Donald Trump performed well on the podcast. Right.
And like, not only that, he was asking Kamala to hop on. Like, by all means, like Kamala could have hopped on the podcast and maybe she would have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
Right.
So apparently Kamala Harris, the reason she like had a whole like rally in Houston. This is like Beyonce was set to like everybody thought Beyonce. I'm pretty sure it was Beyonce. It could be somebody else. I'm not too. This is months ago, obviously, but somebody was like everybody thought she was gonna perform there, so a lot of people was gonna go just to see the performance. Then Beyonce or somebody, if I'm misremembering it, like went on stage, was like vote blue, and then just like disappeared, and then the entire crowd disappeared with her.
Power move, absolutely based.
No, but like why would you do that in Houston, right? That she literally did it just to try to like go on to the Joe Rogan Experience, because
Kamala's whole campaign was just a shit show, start to finish.
Yeah, dude, I want her to run again in 2028 so bad, dude. It's gonna be great.
He was legit an actual friend of mine. You're looking at a picture taken of me and a woman who, for some strange reason, married me. You may know her as Mrs. Beat. This picture was taken in 2014. And if you asked Mrs. Beat what she thought of Joe Rogan at that time, she probably would have rolled her eyes and said that.
Oh, did he change his opinion because his wife wanted him to? What a fucking cock
I mean,
move.
considering it's from 2014, I'm assuming he has his own agenda.
I mean, he's had 10 years to formulate his own opinions.
Yeah.
But hopefully they're the same as his wife's, you know?
Yeah.
In every conversation we had. Oh, that reminds me of the Joe Rogan episode I was listening to the other day. Oh man, you should check out the latest episode of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan had a guy on who thinks he's seen Bigfoot 6 times. Joe Rogan says we should take more vitamin D to increase our life expectancy.
Pat, shut up about Joe Rogan.
For people who are watching who may think that I'm making this up, convince them that I actually was...
Blue Yeti microphone.
I searched Joe Rogan in my email on August 14th, 2013. You were excited that he might do meet and greets and you were wanting to meet him.
But eventually Mrs. Beat got into...
Why would you email your... Oh, I don't know the Mr. Beat lore when it comes to this. Why would you email your wife?
Okay, let's just... like, we're looking... Like, that's the wrong thing we should be trying to focus on.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Convinced her to let me spend way too much money to see him perform his stand-up comedy live in Kansas City back in 2018. But by 2020, my perception of Joe Rogan had begun to change. I found myself skipping episodes more and more. I found myself getting annoyed with him more and more. By the end of 2021, I had stopped listening to him altogether.
Okay, so he didn't even stop recently. He stopped in 2021.
So he stopped 4 years ago. So what?
I guess since the knives are out for Joe Rogan now, I'm imagining that's why he's doing it. Let's see what his reasoning is.
The parasocial relationship I had with him was over. In this video, I'm going to explain why.
Skip.
Before I explain to you why I stopped listening to Joe Rogan, I think it makes sense to explain why I started listening to him in the first place. The day was December 16th, 2011. I tuned into The Tonight Show to watch Jay Leno interview one of my favorite politicians of all time, Ron Paul. If you don't know, Paul was a popular congressman from Texas running for president at the time. And to my surprise, out comes Joe Rogan to enthusiastically endorse Ron Paul for president. I truly did not see this coming. You see, before December 16th, 2011, I didn't really like Joe Rogan at all. I knew him from two things, mainly. News Radio and Fear Factor. And his appearances in both of those shows did not convince me to like him.
It's crazy seeing him with hair.
At best, and obnoxious at worst.
Actually, yeah, holy shit.
I couldn't stand the guy. But then here
he doesn't look right.
Jay Leno endorsing my boy, Ron Paul. And I was like, maybe I should revisit this Joe Rogan fella. Soon after this, I noticed his podcast was one of the most popular podcasts in the world, so I gave it a try. I was hooked. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was rough. This was back when Brian Redband was on the program producing. The audio had issues.
We have 2 commercials that we do.
Brian Redband, isn't he with Kill Tony now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Kill Tony. You may recognize him from the Madison Square Garden Trump rally where he made a Puerto Rico joke that was quite controversial.
Okay. I don't
I don't know how to use Windows, little Jimmy. Just switched over to Windows.
Many of his guests seemed to be under the influence of drugs. Many of them didn't know what the heck they were talking about half the time.
Smoke weed every day.
Good vibes and good, open-minded people. And I felt like I was eavesdropping.
Imagine if somebody made like a Joe Rogan Experience retrospective of like the early
like 10-hour long Joe Rogan start to
I mean like with these podcasts, they're quite long, so you're gonna have to parse through a lot of footage.
You have to actually just not touch grass for like a year to make that whole video.
The early years of Joe Rogan. It's like
Really intriguing conversations. Plus, it was like a peek behind the curtain. Before podcasts like the Joe Rogan Experience, we rarely got such intimate glimpses into the private lives of big-time Hollywood celebrities. I got even more into the podcast when Joe started inviting guests who are outside of his circle of comedian and MMA friends. He started having actual experts in specialized fields on. Doctors, journalists, scientists. But here's the thing. Whenever Joe had guests on who were experts in specialized fields, he didn't pretend to know more than them. He showed humility. He shut up and let them talk. When
he shut up,
he often asked questions.
Shut up, a woman speaking.
Joe was curious. In those early years, Joe let his own curiosity guide each and every interview. He had people on whom...
Who's this Adachi guy? And why does everyone stay true with him? I'm so curious. It's like, oh, Joe, don't even get me started.
Each and every interview.
Strap in, buddies.
Clearly disagreed with, but heard them out anyway. Sure, he still had stuff he passionately cared about, like the legalization of recreational drugs and UFOs. However, if he didn't know much about a topic, he shut his mouth and listened.
That multiverse might be infinite and eternal.
Where are they?
Outside of our universe.
How's that even possible?
Of course it's possible.
I understand. I'm not questioning it.
Okay, no.
This idea that there's
I mean, those are good questions, but you can tell even in that clip, Joe Rogan is kind of squinting at him.
Dude, he's high as hell as well.
Yeah.
Like, you do not need to tell a man that's like 30 puffs in, like, oh, this universe outside of our universe, man. It's like that is the one thing you shouldn't tell a guy who is high off his ass.
Nothing. Or no thing that we can't even wrap our head around.
Okay, can we?
Also had people on who were not experts in their fields, but he believed them to be experts because he already wanted to believe in what they were saying. Also, when he did tend to have actual experts on, they tended to be experts who were just better at talking than most of their colleagues. It didn't mean they were more knowledgeable than their colleagues. They just could communicate the stuff better. And yeah.
I mean, having good communication skills is kind of important for a podcast, believe it or not.
Like, you can know so much shit, but if you can't communicate what you know to someone who doesn't know it at all, it doesn't matter that you know it. Like, if you're going onto a podcast to explain your thoughts or this cool stuff that you're aware of, you need to actually be able to explain it to like the layman, the just average dude.
Exactly.
He'd invite them back on, and that expert would then proceed to often talk about stuff they clearly knew very little about. Despite all that, Joe was a likable person because he always seemed so down to earth and authentic.
Should we skip to the downfall?
Yes, because this is just boring. Like,
okay, this is the highlight.
As early as 2019, though, I did begin to notice that he tended to mostly have people on the show who he already agreed with, and if he disagreed with a guest, even if they were a friend, he'd push back a bit much further than I'd like. But things really went down.
So basic human shit. Just actual basic human conversation. I like this guy. I agree with him. Let's have him on. Because I don't agree with what you just said. I'm going to push back on what you just said. Why? Because I don't... Is he upset that, like, Joe Rogan isn't just, like, a fucking AI machine that's just meant to have other people on? Like, it's his podcast. He's his own man. He has his own thoughts and opinions. Boo-hoo. Like, is that what got him to... Like, if that's what got you to stop listening to him, why the fuck did you make a 20-minute video bitching about this?
This is so funny, man. He gets disagreeable sometimes. Oh no.
The COVID-19 pandemic. When's the first time you remember me saying something negative about Joe Rogan?
Well, that would be around the pandemic.
I swear, that pandemic broke so many people's brains. And don't get me wrong.
Is he really going to go to bat for Dr. Fauci in the great 2025?
Dr. Fauci.
I get it. It was a difficult and stressful time. Millions of people died. The lockdowns sucked. We had a
Did millions die in America? Like, actually,
I don't remember the exact statistic, but clearly lockdowns were not the solution to this.
No.
Weren't used to sacrificing their freedoms, but due to so many folks going through hard times during the pandemic, a lot of people indeed got more radicalized. That included many celebrities who then influenced millions of others to become more radicalized. And let me be clear here.
Joe Rogan is a part of the alt-right pipeline.
He radicalized a whole group, a whole generation of young men.
No way.
Radicalized, all I mean is that they had views more radically different in opposition to the status quo. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have radicalized views. I mean, we do need to get radicalized if things get bad enough. Joe did not like the lockdowns and public...
But only if it's radical in the way that I like it.
Exactly.
He had to cancel all his
like
shows.
It's a radical idea to shut down the government and lockdowns and stuff. That's a pretty radicalized idea. But
yeah,
we
I
need
think
to do it to stop the spread.
Yeah, I don't know. Shutting down the entire economy seems pretty radical in of itself.
Yeah,
dare I
but
say?
we needed to do it. That was good. It worked, Manic.
Yeah.
And throughout March and April of 2020, during those particularly restrictive times, he spent most of the time on his podcast complaining about how all of us couldn't just go where we wanted or do what we wanted.
They're treating everybody like babies. This is what it is, man. They're treating everybody like you're not allowed to make your own decisions, including business owners that have spent a ton of money opening up these outdoor cafes and outdoor restaurants, and then they don't even supply any science. There's not even... They are essentially autocrats, right? They're a dictator.
Still?
Didn't Dr. Fauci recently he basically came out just recently in 2025 or 2024 saying how lockdowns were not really the good tool it was.
I mean,
it was even Dr. Burks was on Piers Morgan saying how the jab was never supposed to be like this, never transmit anything ever.
I just gotta say I'm not super caught up with the Dr. Fauci lore.
Dr. Fauci lore. Yeah, I don't know. This is so bad, dude.
It's just boring.
I'm going 1.5.
Well, tell everybody.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I'm for lack of a better term, a medical detective. I've spent my whole career tracking infectious diseases down, trying to stop them, trying to understand where they come from so we can make sure they don't happen in the first place.
He had Dr. Michael Osterholm on, an internationally recognized expert in infectious diseases. You can go back and watch this episode. It is aged like wine. Holds up very well. Michael Osterholm is truly an expert. Nearly all of what he said was true and came true. Joe was receptive at the time, but in the back of his mind, you can probably guess he didn't want to hear any of it. 2 years later, Joe had him back on, and he was more combative against Osterholm this time. The second time Osterholm was on, I was astounded by how arrogant Joe seemed, despite the literal freaking experts across the table from him.
Okay, this might be the smoking gun here.
Cause any pericarditis?
No, none. We've seen zero cases. Zero
Really?
cases pericarditis. Zero cases of arrhythmias. But the virus does it.
Zero. That's not what I read.
No,
I
it
read
is-
this
it is
whole
like-
thing about vaccinated people in Israel, that there was a giant surge of vaccinated
surge,
people.
No, the surge is primarily in unvaccinated people.
Yeah, he hasn't had him on ever since. But let's go back to the early...
I mean, do you want to point to the actual truth? Do you want to fact check Joe Rogan there? Yeah, he doesn't even bother fact checking. He's like, oh, he got combative at an expert.
He pushed back against an expert, but he's the expert. You gotta listen to whatever he's saying, no matter what. I just...
early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic.
COVID-19!
3 weeks after Joe had Michael Osterholm on, things had already gotten so bad that everyone was doing everything remotely. Even Joe. His remote guest this time was someone he had on his show before, Dr. Peter Hotez, an internationally recognized expert on vaccines and tropical disease control. If you go back and watch the episode, again, practically every episode is still up. If you go back and watch it, you'll notice that Joe is still mostly trying to learn and staying quiet. But he's also visually frustrated.
How long can we go?
It's April. It's literally April of 2020. Of course, not everybody is going to understand like the severity or consequences of that immediately. That's, I was like not like, you know, some people believe like, oh yeah, 2 weeks to stop the spread, right?
2 weeks. Yep.
And then like, you know, it had like, obviously as the fear, like the less we knew about it, the fear was the highest, the support for the lockdowns was the highest. And then as more information came out, support for these lockdowns would like gradually decrease.
I mean, if let's take economics out of it. What would you think if there was no concern whatsoever about economic loss and the damage to the economy? What would you recommend in terms of just purely from a medical perspective?
While this episode has also aged like wine, Peter Hotez is also truly an expert who forecasted the pandemic and the response accurately. He later became the target of a backlash against pandemic restrictions. And yep, Joe hasn't had him on since. You see, Joe apparently thought he was done learning everything about the COVID-19 pandemic at that point. And he felt like he didn't need to teach his audience anything new about it either. Most of the COVID-19 coverage after this was...
I mean, was he right though? Yeah, that's the important question there.
Reactionary. He didn't have experts on. He had just people who didn't know much about the virus or pandemic giving their opinions about it, backed up by little evidence. It was mostly comedians complaining about how their tours were canceled. And then on December 31st,
is that not valid at all?
2021, Joe decides to have this guy on. Dr. Robert Malone used to be a respected doctor who helped make mRNA vaccines and furthered medicine research. However,
so okay, he helped make the technology that was being used to treat COVID. So
the pandemic appeared to break his brain too. He began spreading a bunch of misinformation about the safety and effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines.
Oh, so see, so this expert's bad. This expert's bad.
Yep. Bad expert.
He misrepresented data and used his credentials.
I mean, that's why he's no longer an expert. He had that title stripped from him.
So, yeah, he's been doing credentialism for a while, you know, for a lot of like his examples. Now this is where it doesn't apply.
Online. By the end of 2021, Joe Rogan had already made up his mind about COVID-19 vaccines. He didn't like them. So when Joe found out about Malone, he seized at the opportunity to have him on the podcast to talk trash about them. And sure enough, Rogan's audience generally ate this misinformation right up. Well, this was the last straw for me. I haven't listened to Rogan ever since. Well, except for the Osterholm episode and the Mike Judge episode.
So you still listen to him?
Over the past 4 years.
I mean, it's because of the guests.
If you look at the guests, they're mostly just people Joe already agrees with about most things, or his good friends. From the period of about 2014 to 2019, you'd see a big variety of guests. Since then, it's mostly the same cast of characters, man. Oh, look, there's that guy again. Oh, look, her again. That guy again. Just as troubling to me.
Okay, Russell Brand, pretty big, right? And then I don't know if he's really relevant. He seems kind of astroturf, not gonna lie. Whitney she's a comedian. Ari Shafir is a comedian.
Just as troubling to me. Over the past 4 years, Joe has generally shown a complete lack of humility. A humility that legit used to be a big reason why I enjoyed listening to him so much in the first place. Now at this point, you might be thinking, well, Mr. Beats, you just don't listen to him because you don't agree with his political views anymore. That's what it is. His politics is why you no longer listen.
That's sounding like the case. That is sounding exactly like the case.
Majority of
if it isn't the case, you didn't do a good job explaining yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is what the last bit of the video is for, I guess.
Yeah.
Many people argue that Joe Rogan's political views have moved further and further to the right in recent years. I actually don't think this is true. Joe has always been a left-leaning libertarian, much like myself, actually. He still passionately supports Bernie Sanders and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, who all, and please don't forget this, all three of them still lean to the left politically. He recently had a sitting Democratic senator on as a guest. I think the difference now, though, is he's done adjusting his political views. I think his political opinions are pretty much set in stone. He's done learning new information about...
I mean, that's what happens when you're old enough. At a certain point.
Change?
Public policies. He's done keeping an open mind about politics, and that's a big freaking problem. Put simply, Joe Rogan's curiosity is gone. That childlike curiosity, those inquisitive conversations that drew me to his podcast in the first place, they're just gone. What remains
okay,
who is less open.
That's fine. Do you need to make a 30-minute video talking about it?
It's not just Joe Rogan. I think the whole culture is less curious than it used to be. And I think I know why, actually. The YouTuber Alec Watson of the phenomenal channel Technology Connections recently released a video explaining what I've been pondering for several years now. His main hypothesis in the video is that we've collectively grown way too comfortable with having algorithms feed us everything. And you know what? I agree with Alec.
I am seeing mounting evidence that an increasing number of people are so used to algorithmically generated feeds that they no longer care to have a self-directed experience that they are in control of. The more time
That honestly, okay, this part might actually be good. But to be fair, he's just been like this is all just like complaining about Joe Rogan, then tying it to a greater point. It's like
Rogan just made a video talking about this,
like algorithms, you know.
Like he could have talked about this ending bit as the main topic, and then say, "I used to watch Joe Rogan a lot, but here's why I stopped," and made that 4-minute segment. I think that would have been a bit better overall.
time I spend interacting with folks online, the more it feels like large swaths of people have forgotten to exercise their own agency.
In other words, we trust algorithms too much. We've surrendered our curiosity because we now treat basic research as cumbersome.
This part's probably like if you look at YouTube search and how much is degenerated over the years, after before you even hit the bottom of the page, it's like, oh, here's just some like random stuff that we think you'd like.
Odds are I don't.
Exactly.
In a period of history in which so many people pride themselves as being distrustful of those in power or being so-called red-pilled, we trust random people on the internet more than ever. Worse yet, we trust random bots on the internet more than ever. How many of us
take the red pill, bro? Just do it.
And just accept it as truth. Sorry if I said anything off, by the way, by just doing that. Heck, how many of us look up anything on a daily basis anymore? Instead, algorithms spoon-feed us what we want to see because we fear a life without dopamine. And who can blame us? Life is incredibly difficult out there for many of us right now. We already struggle so much that algorithms allow us to escape from that misery. But we don't realize that those same algorithms perpetuate the misery. They keep it going, and we won't be truly free and happy until we break free from those algorithms. So, I don't know, dude. Maybe Joe Rogan is just like the rest of us, stuck in his algorithms because he thinks it's easier to live his life that way. Or maybe he just likes money.
Oh, I like money.
Well, okay, what would Spotify have to like? Is Spotify making him right wing? Is that what's going on here? Is that the implication?
I don't know. Regardless,
Spotify is a big part of the alt-right.
Yeah, Spotify. Yeah, Spotify is what got Don. This is such a.
Oh, someone in chat says, we trust algorithms too much, yet we should believe the expert he agrees with. I mean,
both are imperfect.
Yeah.
Both
aren't always right or always wrong, I guess.
Yeah, like just because one is bad doesn't mean the other one has to be good.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's detox with Reddit cringe.
Thanks. I don't know. It's just we've been doing this for like 2 hours now. I
probably don't want this guy's talking about like having a relationship with dog. Let's skip this. Yeah.
I'm just saying, fucking my brain's dying a bit.
You're the only girl in a tech class that is already handled by the university. Men do not care about women or their rights.
Based.
Or you could just find one that doesn't talk, and when you ask them for consent, it's yes anytime.
Oh, this is actually cringe.
So you don't know where they're at. Is that saying silence is consent? If they're knocked out, consent?
Say nothing if you give consent.
Okay, I'm gonna be if I was in her position, I'd probably be scared too.
This isn't fucking Reddit cringe. This is just uncomfortable. Like
this is really uncomfortable. Yeah.
Like when I hear Reddit cringe, I expect like a 12-year-old to say something stupid in Walmart, you know? Bro, cringe compilations just aren't the same. They haven't been the same since like 2016.
That's okay. This seems to be proper cringe.
Oh please.
Shut up. Sire.
Shut up. Shut up.
Daddy, I am chill.
Oh, that's me.
Random ass noises all the time.
Oh, that's me so hard. That's me to my neighbors. 3 a.m. blasting music. I'm sick and tired of it. Shut up. Oh, woman's titty streamer. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. What do you want from me? I'm sorry.
Wait, I should probably move my little thing so you can see.
Yeah, so we can see the tits. Bro, she's crashing out.
What got like? What's the con? I don't particularly care enough, but What is the context of this? I mean, to be fair, this would probably be my reaction if I was playing Overwatch in 2023.
I mean, one of her teammates probably
Streamer
said, like, "Damn, you
berates
fucking
wife
suck."
on stream.
Oh God.
Don't touch me.
I'm patient.
Oh.
No, you're fucking not. You're like the most impatient, moody.
This isn't cringe compilation, bro. This is just like awkward, uncomfortable, like domestic situation compilations.
I think we have a pretty 50-50 marriage.
You're high. You're high. You're kidding. On stream? Is this content? Or wait, you're kidding, Graham. You think so?
I think I hope.
I'm not saying.
I miss Vines, bro. I never thought I'd say that.
Jerk name? Explain.
I mean, okay.
I would unironically say I'm.
Wait, okay. Neither of them have their hands on is this like a self-driving car?
I mean, like his hand might be at the very bottom of the steering
Maybe,
wheel,
yeah.
like his right arm. I drive like that occasionally.
You're a very good husband.
No. I wouldn't say very good. I would say one of the best. I would say I'm goated with the fucking sauce.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
He's good with the sauce.
This is he's wearing a Hollow Knight shirt. Is it over?
I mean, like, you titled this stream like some of the worst videos, like reacting to them. I gotta say, this video fucking sucks.
I could not imagine. Why would you engage in this when you know you're being like live streamed?
I mean, like, when you stream for long enough, you just don't really think about, like, oh, should I say this on stream? Like, a lot of people have that filtered, like, taken away from them.
Content brain.
Exactly. Like, oh, this is peak content. Me and my wife having a fucking argument.
Okay.
Marriage, not tech stuff.
I mean, our marriage still includes our business relationship with me helping with your career. Because that's a big part of our marriage.
No, but
the subathon is a big part of our marriage.
I'm saying take a job.
Yo, subathon, if we reach 50 extra subs, I'll pork my wife.
But marriage, dude, I am the
help me get laid, guys.
Yeah, you are.
What? 100%. Okay. I'm gonna be real. All right, call me a simp all you want. I might be siding with the woman here. Okay, like okay, no, like look, okay. Hear what he just said.
Marriage, dude, I am the conflict resolution god.
Yeah, you are.
100%.
No, 100% you are.
I am the greatest shoulder to cry on. I am the greatest consoler. I'm
consumer.
The romantic shit I do is crazy.
It's not exact. It's not just like what he's saying. It's literally. It's how he's saying. Yeah, exactly.
Like, are you? Why are you giggling? Why are you laughing?
I could not imagine having this conversation in a car
while streaming.
Oh, they're okay, Superman.
Frim, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt I am an incredible husband.
I never said that you weren't.
But you never said that I was.
Oh, like what the hell? Like he's arguing like such a woman, bro.
All of them.
Are we sure that this isn't like a female to male trans dude?
He sounds Californian.
I'm saying, Yes, I agree.
Why are you not saying anything, bro's actually?
Marriages and emotions and understanding and communication. I would say I do about 90% of that.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Then the majority of marriage is communication.
Yeah. See now she's just trying to agree to get this over with.
Exactly. Like she's just tuned off. Just like
yeah.
Bro.
Just agree to get him off your back.
Yes.
When it comes to emotions, dealing with our issues and fucking.
Okay, when it comes to emotions.
And fuck it.
Yes, you
Let's
are
go
the
and keep
carrying,
arguing.
but I'm looking at a whole. Like you help me out, I help you out. I give you your space, you give me my space. We mutually love each other. We mutually are happy with each other. We're still each other's best friends, I hope, right?
There's a lot of assuming happening right now.
Whoa, come on, dude. I don't like this video, Manic. I don't like it.
This is like half. This is like a good third of the whole video.
This isn't a compilation. Remember when compilation used to mean like you got 20 small clips just back to back? What the fuck happened, bro?
I'm learning as I go.
Is there... Did they include the source? No.
Of course not.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know the con. Like, there's no way. There. Okay. I'm thinking we got like time for one more. So, all right, actually I think we got to leave this for the chat to decide. We're going to start a poll cuz we got this this slop. I'm thinking, is Disney entering, cuz honestly like a lot I kind of want to do the Channel Awesome one, but that's like an hour and a half. We do not have time for that. Is Disney entering their post-woke era, or how robots reject gender and capitalism?
Okay, so here's the thing. I grew up with robots with Robin Williams. I have a very fond, memory of that movie, right? I liked it. I fucked with it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was, fun. So I'm leaning a bit to the robot. Oh, we can't forget the hot chick heaven, hottest Sonic females. So that's one as well.
Yeah, so I just put in a poll. Which one we should cover? How Robots 2005 rejects gender and capitalism.
I'm going with the robots one, because like I'll try to get chat to be a bit biased towards my take.
Oh my goodness, dude. The Lies of Shadiver, a critic who won't be criticized. 3.5 hours.
Touch some fucking grass, bro.
And this has 200,000 views. He's literally being incentivized to make this slop.
So Manic, while we're waiting for chat to pick an option, got any anime inspired teas to shill?
Oh yes, I do. I do.
I haven't seen T-Man hop in chat yet. I don't know if he's actually been
Oh
here,
no,
but...
he's celebrating his birthday instead of watching me.
Well, he's touching grass, bro.
Yeah, so it is the T-Man's birthday, so make sure you give him some love at thedragonstreasure.com and use code Manic for 10% off your anime brand tea, coffee, and soap. That is thedragonstreasure.com. Use code Manic for 10% off. Yeah, the link is in the pinned chat and the description. Did you do the feminist ReZero video? What's the also, I have not watched ReZero, so I can't exactly give any good input on that. That's the unfortunate thing.
But Sonic characters and who's the hottest woman?
I mean, like considering like ReZero is like an isekai, so I'm assuming he has a harem, right? So that has to be the angle.
Is that the one with like the witch with the red dress? Is that ReZero or?
No, that's Konosuba.
Oh, okay.
That's Megumin from Konosuba.
Look, all I'm saying is like all these isekais, they just fucking blend together,
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, I'm not much of a isekai watcher myself.
Same.
Okay, let's I think we're gonna call it there. That robots and capitalism.
Oh hell yeah.
Wins.
Okay, let me go to the bathroom real quick.
We might as well keep the poll going. Might as well. If you're gonna leave now, he leaves when the poll ends, not when the poll starts. Not when I start shilling the tea. What is up with these people? Oh wait, okay. Not only like 2 characters like him after 40 episodes. There's over 40. How many episodes are there? Was it made back when anime seasons were like 24? I mean, a lot of them are now, but a lot of them are 12. Also, by the way, I did ask people on Twitter about like bad video essays, and I got the Home Alone White Suburban Revenge Fantasy. So I think we're gonna need to do a part. This is November 2019. Oh my good. Oh my slop. Well, okay. I have this short video. I just is the hot one's gonna be whoever this person is, Doichi reveals being a straight man is the biggest red flag when dating.
Biggest
All right, I'm back.
red flag.
All right.
Shit.
Is it being on the DL? You're on the.
Are you ready?
Yes.
But okay. Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Is a huge red flag for me. All right.
Yes.
Ah, you know something?
What?
I was gonna say men.
Okay, so are they lesbian? Are they lesbians or something? Like, if they're both straight, why would a red flag be the dude is a straight man? Do you want to date? If you want to date a gay guy, I'm sorry to say it, but like a gay guy wouldn't want to date you. What the hell?
I don't know. I heard from the red pill online community that women don't like bisexuals, but to be fair, I'm okay if I'm repulsed, or I'm okay of these women being repulsed by me, frankly.
Oh, like, whoa, what are you saying, Manic? Now I'm not gonna sleep all the night knowing that those women don't want to date me. Holy shit!
No.
Oh no!
Not a. I mean, okay. Let's be real. They're gonna ignore red flags, frankly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, how Robots 2005 rejects gender and capitalism.
Okay, 4 years ago, 930,000
April
views.
of 2020.
Is this person also like trans? Or some
I don't
shit?
know. I don't know.
When your father is a literal dishwasher.
Huh. The like to dislike ratio isn't horrible. Let's see.
I read the title too. Like, what? Am I gonna say that the 2005 Robots movie is an underrated woke masterpiece? This Robots? There's no way.
Butt gags, haha.
Robot ass.
With me for a bit.
Kiss my shiny metal ass.
Kiss my. What about Big Weld though? What about like the big ass robot bitch?
Mostly humanoid and live in a.
Okay. Pause it. Like if you're gonna bitch about like, oh, is this robots the thing? You could have shown that they had a literal like rip ass joke that got a guy killed. It's like of all the examples to use for like butt humor, there's a character where her entire reason to exist is her name is Big Fan, like Aunt Fanny or some shit, and she has a giant ass. Already, like, not even beyond the topic of the video, just the way it's put together. I'm just, come on, it could have been so much better.
You need to make your dissertation of this.
Exactly.
Sure as our world, and also many of its socio-economical issues. Robots have jobs and families, and they go to school, and they have hobbies and passions, and they consider death to be an essential threat to their existence. On the surface, their world looks exactly like ours, only with a shiny coat of chrome paint and a lot more Rube Goldberg machines. By living in a universe that is so
the coolest thing in all of animation.
No surprise that many of their problems are also what affect regular people today. A lot of the wealth seems to be controlled by a small portion of industry tycoons who only care for profits even at the expense.
But who are they? You know, who is that 1%?
They can't get by even as they feel their doom days coming closer and closer thanks to the lack of care from the people in power. Because if you think that you can just sit down and watch a movie to forget about the depressing reality you live in, you've got a big storm coming. The main difference...
Yeah, you can! You actually can. It's purely up to you whether or not you, like, read too deep into it.
...that their biology is fundamentally divergent. Babies are built from the ground up like IKEA furniture, and they grow not in an organic fashion, but instead by attaching longer limbs to themselves, which in turn means that, in this reality, height is a choice. Robots can also modify their bodies to perform specific jobs or functions, and can lend each other body parts much like humans do with clothing. Death to them...
Okay, I thought this video would be, like, way more energetic.
Yeah, this is very low energy. Let's see it. Let's skip forward a little bit.
If you cannot afford to go through a whole body overhaul, then you're simply not deserving enough to continue living. I know this is
based.
We're gonna have to.
What?
Okay, this headline has to be hyperbolic. There's no way.
Real for now, but please bear with me. As the antagonist,
I don't want to bear with you. It's just
also goes on a tangent about how disgusting he finds outdated robots, to the point where even considering their existence becomes physically sickening to him.
I mean, like,
the way he sees it,
there's a big difference here. These aren't people; they're actual just robots.
It's been way too long since I've seen this movie for real.
I mean, like, I'm autistic, so I remember more than
I watch it every other month.
No,
it's tradition.
No, I have that shitty kind of autism where I have memory problems and shit. But oh yeah, I remember like the big plot points of fucking robots from 2005. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Citizens are a burden to society and must be purged immediately.
I mean, if the robots are so if the robots are so out of date that they cannot function with like modern drivers, modern like I don't know, whatever infrastructure they have there, then like they are kind of a burden because you have to design everything about the city to appeal to the lowest common denominator. Not appeal, but to function with the lowest common denominator.
If you're on the bottom of the pyramid, you're not only ignored, you are despised. Meanwhile, those marginalized robots seem to have some nostalgia for when things were better, at least a little bit. Back when the people in power still cared about their well-being and death didn't seem so imminent. However,
this is a lame video.
It just sucks. Like, it's not even giving me like good rage bait, so I can like scream and shit.
This is the worst thing. This has almost 1 million views, by the way. And also, 7 months ago, there's another robots video essay. Did he radicalize you?
Yeah, of course, Big Weld radicalized me.
I like how all of my recommendations are just like slop video essays. And
Virgin
Moon.
Fest, bro. Can we just watch the Virgin Fest? Oh, it's Turkey Tom.
Yeah, we can watch the Virgin Fest story.
I mean, how long is it?
I mean, it's like 14 minutes. I mean, the thing is, it's not going to be a bad video. It's
it's from 3 years ago. That's right.
Yeah.
Capitalist in charge instead of a bad capitalist, everything will be solved. And this entire subversive analysis kind of falls flat when you take into account all the throwaway transphobic jokes.
I'm a woman. Ouch.
Based. Go.
I think
it's also like they're also just robots, you know.
I think the joke there is that it's an ugly woman.
It's an ugly woman, and oh no, the male robot put on like a female robot's dress, and he doesn't like it. Transphobia.
Oh man.
Undeniable message that these characters are living within a broken system. This is a movie about robots.
I'm doing 1.5.
Just as much as human.
Thank you.
The situation is left vague enough for you to assign any value you want upon the outmoded robots, but specific enough that you know who the good guys and the bad guys are supposed to be. You can call the robots
a kids movie.
And the analogy works just as fine. Just as
this really is.
You can call the robots any marginalized group.
So here's the thing, Manic. I know that I'm like guilty of looking too deep into shit that actually just may or may not be there. Like I'm guilty of that with like my Dragon Ball analysis crap, and talking about fucking King of the Hill and American Dad. I get it. Like, who am I to talk? But this is actually just a kids movie, right? It's just a kids movie about robots. You're trying too hard to like be all, it's a trans allegory.
So, I'm starting to regret picking this video, frankly. I probably should pre-watch this.
Same. I regret telling chat what to do.
Yeah. The Comate Man for 5 whatever, I'm assuming pounds, right? I don't think that's I'm blanking on what currency that is. I saw Chicago MD from time to time, and there's an episode like, you have prostate cancer except if you are impossible except if you are a trans woman. Z harder.
Boo.
Essence, and how ridiculous it is that we need to throw.
Thank you for the super chat.
One single piece of equipment is broken, and how this is the fault of the industry. However, as humans, it is only.
Why is Ratatouille gay?
Our own biased lenses. We follow characters through their journeys.
I know why Steven Universe. Why is Dipper trans? Why put that flag over Dipper? What the fuck?
Well, yeah. What's going on? What's going on here? What flag is this supposed to be? I don't even know.
We follow characters through their journeys as if.
I don't know. I think bi is like only 2 colors.
I don't know.
Each of any author or director. We
That's I think that's non-binary.
I think that's asexual.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, Danny Fanta? What?
Of course he's gay. He's every time he says he's going ghost.
That's not even gay. That's trans. Yeah. Well, I don't
No, he's going ghost.
What's going on? What is this media literacy?
Bro, we are not media literate at all.
Okay.
Even if they go out.
I mean, he held a gun in that one movie, so how could he be gay?
Intent. And if we
What did he mean by this? Michael Scott is bi. This is the bi flag, I'm pretty sure. Michael.
There's nothing stopping us from saying that they are the same.
Sure, so you can have your Steven Universe character, whatever.
I don't know what made me think back to this movie 15 years after its release. It was a film that I watched a lot as a kid, but didn't really continue to watch as I grew older. Still, I guess it never really left my mind. When I look at it now, I see a story where privilege and binarism try to win, attempting to wipe out any form of deviance or self-expression, but then are defeated by the power of a community. And maybe I just really want to believe in that world.
I'm never, like, if I have children, I'm never letting them watch YouTube, ever.
I want to have a universe where the people in power care about the...
We're pre-downloading the Skibbity Toilet episodes.
You can shine, no matter what you're made of. Maybe.
Well, we're buying Skibbity Toilet on 4K Blu-ray. Or whatever technology's out.
We can shape stories.
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
Coming back.
VHS.
Where we don't. And also, I'd appreciate
CD-ROM.
more Rube Goldberg machines.
Lamest video ever. Okay. This sure took it to, yeah. That was such a disappointing way to go out.
All right, bro, chat's gone.
It's over. It's over actually.
Over.
How long is it? This is 20. This is another 20 minutes.
I would have rather watched the Home Alone like whites.
Yeah, Home Alone. Okay. We're gonna have to. I think should we do this in a week from now?
Sure.
Do more, because I still have quite a few to do, because this Home Alone, a white suburban revenge fantasy, and also So Your Loved One is non-binary.
Don't forget the top 10 hottest females in Sonic.
Yeah, that's how we're going out.
Yeah, we need to listen to Hot Chick Heaven. Come on, let's just do it.
This is the evolving politics of metal, because everything must be analyzed through a political lens.
Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up. He can run at sound speed, take out enemies in a flash, and
rolling around at the speed of sound.
Speaking of females,
I love how he uses that word.
Females.
That's Hot Chick Heaven.
Very beautiful and tough women, that it'll make you love the franchise even more. And since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I've been inspired to make
that happened like less than a month ago.
Female Sonic characters. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice, and try not to reach through the screen, because
here we go. Okay, so I watched like the Magic Mush video talking about like Sonic YouTubers and shit.
Yeah.
It brings up this guy, and it's one of those things where, looking back on this today, this screams like it's a shit post, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know that this was made a long time ago, but this screams like he's a Sonic fan, but he understands that like Sonic fans get really fucking weird with like, oh, they like the girl characters a bit too much. And he just wanted to make a video shit talking, like not shit talking, but he wanted to make a video troll them.
I mean, it's a Sonic fan, so
that too. I want to believe that this was just a massive shit post that no one really understood that at the time it was uploaded. I'm gonna hold on to that hope. That's the intent behind it.
What was
That's
this originally? We don't. Okay, he didn't even put in the original date. He put in a slot for the original date, but he didn't even like put in the actual original description. Huh.
But anyways, yep. Oh wow,
I wonder.
Does? Oh, of course.
Cutie than a hottie. You can't deny.
I don't.
That she's still attractive.
Well, why do you have to say it like that?
And when have you ever seen 3 big, very smooth arcs of hair sticking out of a person's forehead? I haven't.
Thank you.
I've seen Dragon Ball. It happens.
Wait, what? Okay, what's this guy's name? Guptil 89.
Yeah.
It's this alien plant girl from a distant planet.
Why?
Sonic X. She arrived on the character's planet to deliver a message saying that the galaxy was under attack by a force called the Manic.
Yeah, please just skip through it. Why not?
Stop fighting and focus on
I'm just gonna 360p.
spot is that she becomes Miles Taylor.
Yeah, it's an old ass video.
Something she's needed for a long while.
This video is like 10, 15 years old or something like that.
Vanilla the rabbit.
Dream the rabbit's mother, Vanilla. She's attractive and is the size of an average human mother.
She's attractive.
Just the leader of Team Chaos. Vector the crocodile falls in love with her. Kinda silly, don't you think? She's another character that doesn't do much, but in a season 3 episode of Sonic X, she helps Chris Thorndike get into space to fight the Metarex along with Sonic and friends.
Dude, okay, that's actually kind of scary how tall that
Dude, like,
friggin' rabbit is compared to Chris Thorndike.
That's horrifying, dude.
What number's next? 7, of course. Wave the Swallow from Sonic Riders.
Who?
People always root for the good guys, but
of course,
steal the show.
That's a woman.
IQ is equal to she also happens to be the smartest member.
Okay, I've never played Sonic Riders. So
I'm more familiar with Jet the Hawk.
Her specialty is riding the airborne.
No, Storm the Albatross, bro.
Feathers extending from her head to her calves and droopy eyes.
Why? Is she wearing a do-rag?
Yeah, no, that's a black coated character if I've ever seen one.
Oh, 100%.
Is the daughter of Chief Pakakamak.
You know, Eggman's a black coated character too.
She also
I think more Israeli coded.
terror upon the land. In the highest power, you need to look your best, and Tikal delivers perfectly. That's why she's number 6.
Why?
Number 1, 2.
Why did he even? Okay, look, I'm trying to play like devil's advocate that this is a massive shitpost, but at some point you have to ask yourself, is it really worth making this shitpost? You know, and this dude's reputation is only this video. No one remembers this guy for anything else, and I just gotta say, I see why. I've never actually sat through this whole thing, and I don't.
Mina Mongoose from the Sonic Archie comics. How could you go wrong with a girl who looks like this? She could run nearly as fast as Sonic, and she...
There are many ways you could go wrong.
She looks more humanoid than the other characters.
I mean...
Someone who has long mauve hair. This female...
I understand.
One word. Pyro...
Blaze is number 4? What the hell?
I mean, Blaze could play around in the Himalayas for hours, and she would be perfect...
I'm not about to play waifu wars with Sonic characters.
No, not with Sonic characters.
The combination of mind-moving and fire superpowers make these two a reliable couple. But what really lands Blaze in the number 4 spot is that her attitude is apparently more different from the other females.
Number 3.
He didn't elaborate at all on that. That was the final point.
Yeah, no, like this is. Do you see what I mean by why? Like a lot of people think that this is a shit post. Like he doesn't elaborate. He just like says the character, gives a couple lines, and just immediately moves on.
Yeah,
Just... What's better than having a female with cascading quills? How about a female with cascading quills and hair? Julie Sue.
Oh yeah.
Exclusive has
of course.
She's smart, knows exactly what to do as a freedom fighter, and even trained Amy. She's also
does anyone actually know these characters? Why is this bitch at number 3? This is like a random Archie Sonic character. Like she should be like number 9 or some crap. Why the fuck am I like taking this so seriously?
Yeah, why are you?
Why do I Manic?
Downright hot. Just look at that long ponytail. Now we're talking.
Crush 40 at like 1.5 goes hard.
Sally Acorn. There's a lot.
Oh, she's only number 2. What?
Sonic's first official romance.
Sure.
That used to not wear clothes. Brave and athletic. The most humanoid character. And is like a mother to Tails. In the TV show Sonic Sat AM, one freedom fighter, the cowardly Antoine, constantly tries to woo Sally, but doesn't succeed because he's a coward. The princess is also a semi-perfect example of an excellent love interest, although there were
fucking shitty recordings.
In the comics, that is. But overall, Sally Acorn really stands out amongst the slew of females, not just because she's Sonic's first official love interest, or because she's the only one who didn't wear clothes, but because in the comics, she grew very long hair and married Sonic in the future, becoming the queen. So,
okay, who's number 1?
A swallow, 2 gorgeous echidnas, and even a princess. Who could possibly top those kinds of females? Well, get ready, folks.
Okay, I'm actually okay. You know who number 1 is? Number 1 just gonna be a troll.
I don't know.
Is it gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be Rouge the Bat.
It's gonna be Rouge.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Rouge. Yeah,
yeah.
Of course.
This is the number 1 hottest Sonic the Hedgehog female character.
Yep,
Yay.
of course it is.
Who could have seen that one coming?
Rouge the Bat.
Bro, her like bat tit physics in Sonic Adventure 2, dude. great.
Seducing other characters into getting what she wants. Instead of having one love interest, she has two, Knuckles and Shadow the Hedgehog. Being a treasure thief, one object set, jewels, especially the Chaos Emeralds. There actually have been situations where Rouge's cleavage has been exposed, but it eventually got censored. What a price to pay. I think the best part about this beauty
what a price to pay. This fucking guy.
Across the landscape, be as strong as Sean Johnson, and flirt with any male, anytime, anywhere. These three traits make Rouge the Bat triumph over all the Sonic.
Wings for flying, strength of a gymnast, femme fatale.
I fucking hate this video so much, man. This video sucks.
Sonic Team USA, you ought to be proud.
We started with a Sonic video, we ended with a Sonic video.
Oh my god, we did. What the hell? Don't you just love when like life just works out like that?
Let's check those comments. 2 years ago, hope you.
It's just gonna be like people quoting it like "Hot Jake Heaven." Like
the greatest compliment a woman can hear is being described as the size of an average human mother. Oh wait, I in love how nobody can tell if Gufftil89 made the video completely serious or if he was 13 years ahead of his time in irony and shit posting.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying earlier. Just...
Amy is attractive because she wears a dress. Vanilla is attractive because she is the size of average human mother. Blaze is attractive because she looks like a Native American. Did you say gulp 3 arches of hair? 3 big beautiful smooth arches of hair? Her 45-degree ponytail makes her look like a Native American. He was so effing real for this.
This video, dude. Hottest female Sonic characters. Why do you have to specifically say that? That just...
Yeah.
I don't like throwing the word incel around, but that is just...
I'm genuinely curious on what, like, when this is originally uploaded.
Oh, it had to be like... It's like OG YouTube.
Yeah, I would imagine like 2007 or something like that.
It was like 15 years ago. Easy. Like, before that even. Like, how long? Like, YouTube has been around for what? Like
2005. 20, so that 20 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy.
The pop video, dude.
Okay, maybe this one from 4 years ago will actually have the information because this, if it loads. Wait.
Is a highly revised version of the 2010 Valentine's Day special showcasing the top 10 prettiest female characters.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. This is a revised version.
The Hedgehog. Now the original.
Yeah, you had to remove the number 9 spot.
And not their personalities and skills. I also didn't do enough research, so there were a couple of mess ups. Now I want to get one very important thing straight. There's nothing even remotely sexual or quote pedophilic about this list, and there never was.
Why?
Like these are totally meant to be.
It's like
fun. The problem.
Bringing that up, bringing attention to that is just gonna make people.
No, like he's being too defensive about it.
He's trying so hard to cover his ass because he wants to put like Amy on there, right? Maybe he'll even put Cream on there, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Let's take the Blaze entry and see how different it is.
Number 4 is Blaze the cat. How is she better? Her supernatural power is pyrokinesis. Wouldn't you love to have that power? You don't need.
Do you think he credited the artist that he used?
Thrust your arm forward and whoosh, the wood is burning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen another hairstyle quite like Blaze's 45-degree ponytail on another cartoon character. It's very interesting because you normally don't see hair up in the air like that. It's also interesting to note that her closest friend is Silver the Hedgehog.
Yeah, because
he didn't even mention the Native American part.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. So okay, wait. The source. Okay, so this person had to like put piece and bits of like chunks of different other videos together to like make this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like somebody had to piece together this video. I
hate Sonic fans, bro. Even like the ironic shithead ones. It's just
Yeah, I'm tapping out there.
Yeah, I think that's where we gotta call it.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will goodbye. I can't take this anymore.